you see that I'm crying out? No! Crying out now! I punch the walls until my fists bleed. But my life is not, it's not changing. Please hear the pain in these words. Please hear the anger and rain. It's like my heart is racing, trying to keep up shit. I'm trying to catch up, walls who can patch up, man. I'm my frustration, but man, demons who can take them. Why can't you take them from me? Wish that you open your eyes to see that I punch the walls until my fists bleed. But my life is not, it's not changing. Please hear the pain in these words. Please hear the anger and rain. Why can't you see that I'm crying out? No! Why can't you see that I'm crying out? No! Crying out now! I punch the walls until my fists bleed. But my life is not, it's not changing. Please hear the pain in these words. Please hear the anger and rain. Rain, rain. Rain, rain. Rain, rain.
Hello, how we doing? Yo, guys, what's happening? Mazda Beth, don't call me out. Breakachu, Evman, Mazda Beth, of course, Vero. See, it's a good thing I didn't get on early because we have a small crowd anyway, you know? But I was going to, but then I started playing with my lights and the ADHD kicked in, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, it's time to go live. You know, time tends to fly with your pal Al sometimes if I'm distracted by pretty lights. Anywho, what's up, guys? Tell me something good. Oh, we got some YouTubers. What's happening, YouTube? I know you could hear me, but I'm still typing this because, you know, it's cool. I haven't done the whole YouTube thing yet, so I'm really proud of myself. So if you can't tell, I'm really patting myself on the back. Cause I'm not good at this stuff, so. He's learning. Hey, Vero. I've got two Veros. I got Vero on YouTube and Vero on Twitch. I'm a lucky guy. Vero's in two places at once. Damn, greetings from Argentina. Hell yeah. Greetings from Utah. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I should probably figure out a way to have my chats on the same side so I'm not constantly going like this, but we'll figure that out later. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna... Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a little finagle real quick. And then that way, because if I have to look at two different chats back and forth, I'm gonna hit the ADHD wall so hard. I'm just gonna keep them both over here, even though I prefer them to be in front of me. But now, Now we're good, man. Anyway, whoa, Divider of Fat Cheeks. Haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, dude? Will Skates. Also haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, we got the song request rolling in, so I will pause my stuff. I won't be a aux cord cable hog. YouTube, I'm not sure if you're tuning in on YouTube. I'm not sure if the same chat commands work. But if you type exclamation mark song request and then put the link to a YouTube song you want to listen to, then it'll play on my media player. But I don't know if it's going to work on YouTube, so I guess we'll find out. I feel like it should, but like I just said about 5 minutes ago, your boy is not technologically gifted by any means. Okay, this sucks though, because my stream chat keeps disappearing. All right. Well, it's going to be more of a distraction like this, so I'll just have to keep my head on a swivel. Or maybe, you see, guys, this is the kind of stuff that I probably should have, had figured out before I went live. But that's what you get with your pal Al. Every day is an adventure. Anywho, I can't watch on Twitch and YouTube at the same time on my phone. That's okay. It's actually Vero's killing it. Vero's got that drug dealer phone. Rikachu. Divider of Fat Cheeks back to work, so I haven't been in the chat lately. These 5 a.m. days don't allow me to catch every stream. Shit, bro, I bet. But hey, I appreciate you tuning in when you can, man. Every time I see your username, it makes me giggle. I don't think it'll ever not make me giggle, so thank you for that. Seth, you love Bloodborne? Okay. So, did y'all see the trailer for the Dusk Blood? Is that what it's called? Right? The latest FromSoft title that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch 2. So when I saw that, I shit and died. I was so excited. I was losing my goddamn tits, just like I did with Night Rain. And then later, most of you guys will remember, once I found out that Night Rain is like a multiplayer game and not like the traditional Souls, I cried for 3 weeks straight, and I'm still crying about it. So I was looking up information on the Duskblood, and it was described as PvP PvE with a heavy emphasis on multiplayer. And I was like, bro, if you guys break my heart twice, all I want, I don't care if it's not a traditional Souls-like. I mean, I do, but all I want is to be able to create my own character and be able to do my own build. That's all I care about. That's the reason I play games. So hopefully FromSoft doesn't break my heart again. Although Miyazaki is actually the director of this one, so I have some faith. At the very least, the lore's got to be cool. But I straight up thought it was Bloodborne 2. Obviously they couldn't use the title Bloodborne because Sony owns it, so I thought they were just doing the same universe but with a different title. Maybe switching it up a little bit. But I mean, I think it looks sick. I love the Victorian era look. I'm obsessed with that. So, and I mean, I wouldn't even mind if it's Night Rain-esque. I just want that RPG feeling, you know what I mean? When I play an RPG, I get lost, It's you enter the world, you're in fantasy land, you're finding cool armor, cool weapons to beat thine ass with. But anyway, I feel like most of my regulars knew that rant was coming. So yeah, Miyazaki's dope. I mean, I'm hopeful. And I don't know if it's just like Night Rain yet, so I'm holding out hope. But man, I mean, you guys saw how excited I was when I saw the Night Rain preview, but I thought it was a second DLC for Elden Ring. And I have never been more excited in my entire life. Well, at least probably top 3 most excited I've been in my entire life. But then I found it wasn't, and I was like, oh, okay. And then this one came out, and again, I peaked at that top 3 excitement. And dude, how could you break my heart so many times, man? But again, it's to be determined. That would be kind of lame though if they did 2 Night Rain style games back to back. Sorry, I forgot to let the music player play. I was too busy complaining and whining. Now the volume on this isn't working that good. What in the heck? Sorry guys, let me fix this now too. Oopsies. Why in the Jesus is this not? Oh, there we go. There we go. How's the volume on that? Can you hear me? Is the music too loud? I feel like that's pretty good. Let's get my headphones. Is that good for you guys? Maybe just down a little bit. Hey. That's good for me. Is it good for y'all? Oh, we knew it was coming. We were waiting. I know, Vero. You know me so well by now. Yo, South America is representing in the YouTube chat over here. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I love my South Americans. I've said it a lot of times, but I only got to tour South America once, but it was one of the funnest tours I've ever done. So I miss it. I wish I could go back. Oh, hey Vero, do you Oh. For a second, I thought you had it set up to where if you typed in one chat, it would go to the second one too, and my mind was blown. I'm like, Vero, teach me. But at least I took it easy on you guys. I've been bitching to Gabe all day, so I got it out of my system. I usually send my complaints to the office of Gabe, even if they're ridiculous. They are, in fact, relentless, though. I'm like, Dad, God damn it. Check, 1, 2. St. Lou again. What's up, my dude? Great timing, Breakachu. Anywho. All right, I just want to make sure. I'm pretty sure Divider of Fat Cheeks is the only one that said how they were doing or how their week's been, because he said he was getting back to work. So I'm just repeating myself. I want you guys to tell me how your day's going. Even maybe just tell me how your week's going. Tell me if you're doing something cool. Even if you don't think it's cool, just tell me. I want to chat with y'all. I get tired of always talking about me, unless I'm complaining. Dilly Mama, 2 for 2. Good to see you. Is Small Kitten in the chat yet? Small Kitten got me a tripod that I desperately needed to be able to like film this Odyssey content. And oh my God, I'm so happy. So thank you, Small Kitten. That's gonna make my life significantly easier when filming the rest of this stuff. So, oh, there she. Hey, Small Kitten. I know I've thanked you 1,000 times already, but thank you. That's so awesome. I'm so stoked. I had a tripod that was like yay big, which of course isn't big enough. And I'm really shaky. I have like permanent alcohol shakes. So if I try to hold it, like if I'm trying to go above, it's like sitting there and shaking. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. I'm not going to be able to film this shit. So you saved my sponsorship, Small Kitten. Thank you. Bloodborne, Elden, Dark Souls 3. That's a good top 3, Anderson. I'd say mine are pretty similar. I would say Elden Ring's my number 1 just because it's like so expansive. And then as far as number 2, it's definitely a tie between Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. And then I go to Dark Souls 2. I love Dark Souls 2. I'm an outlier. I know people shit on Dark Souls 2, but I absolutely love it. I love me some Fume Night. Bro Lotus, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. How you doing? Hey, everyone in the chat, Crow Lotus streams as well. So if you want to give her a follow, you know we like to support the homies. Tactical Dad, I love Lords of the Fallen, straight up. I pre-ordered that game, and I was like, because I saw the preview for it. Like, they started showing the previews like a year or two before it came out, obviously. But I pre-ordered that shit, and I loved every second, and I was so surprised like how much hate that game got. Like, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I played the shit out of it. I was thinking about playing it again on stream. Did you like Lords of the Fallen? What's up, Vincent? How you doing, man? Work is stressful for me because my manager aren't in project. Managers are dicks, huh? I know, because I used to be one, and I was a dick. Thank you, Crow Lotus. Do y'all get mad when people say, "Oh, you mean onion ring"? I feel like I wouldn't get mad, but that's honestly the first time I heard it. I mean, you know me, I'm puns all day. I'm here for the puns. Hit me with puns, I won't complain. It's on your local manager. You guys all have a very hostile relationship in your work environment, huh? Hey, don't get me wrong, I was a cool manager, but you know, you piss me off, which is hard to do, but if you do, then you know, you'll be a dick. But just kidding. I manage a restaurant, and as I'm sure most of you know, that customer service is one of the like most insufferable jobs you could have. And that's because people are ridiculous, you know what I mean? So I feel like I'd walk in the doors with like a smile on my face, but after like an hour or two, it was just straight murder on my mind. I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore. And I stayed so long too, even though I hated it, because I felt like I needed to. Like I liked the idea that I was in a leadership position, even though it was like just a restaurant. But that was like before I, you know, realized that I could do music again, and I was still in that weird headspace. But like I just like forced myself to like suffer because I just thought that I needed to, you know what I mean? But hey, everything happens good for a reason. It's good character building. The updates made the game. Oh yeah, I honestly haven't even played. Like they were updating the game as I was playing when I got it, but I haven't played since they've like implemented all of them. But honestly, dude, like I love the game, so I'm sure the updates are sick, and I'll probably be like, yeah, but I already loved it, man. I think anything that's like Souls-like that's not released by FromSoft is going to be automatically hated. It's like I feel like some people will pick up the game for like 5 minutes and be like, no, this sucks. But like the first area of the game is never like the sickest, you know? It's even like Black Myth Wukong. Like, I don't know if you guys ever played that, but the first area of Black Myth Wukong is really linear. It's not very open at all, but you're kind of just learning the combat. And then as soon as you go to the second area, it just... Black Myth Wukong is sick. If you guys haven't played that, y'all should check it out. Rest in peace, Keaton. What do you mean? Is that this guy? Is that the singer of this band? He died? Crow Lotus, you know what I'm talking about. Dead inside. You have to be dead inside to work those jobs, because otherwise it's like, you know, like, how are you not gonna reach the point where you're ready to like tear someone's face off? Like, you just have to sit there and like be numb, you know? Let's see. So my week is going like this. I have a new job and I'm dealing with a girl who is ignoring me right now because I scared her on April 1st as a joke. That's not funny, but it's funny. I'm sorry, Brikachu. Hey man, you gotta be careful with jokes these days, you know? It's you gotta have some situational awareness depending on the kind of jokes you wanna lay on people, you know? I feel like for me especially, like my humor, like if you don't know me and you don't know my personality and I were to like speak how I speak, I feel like it would be very off-putting. Like especially if it's just through text, like, so I mean, don't beat yourself up, man. And honestly, like if you know, she doesn't want to talk to you because of a joke, then I feel like you don't want to be with her anyway. Because if you can't be yourself and joke without pissing her off, then you know what I mean? You're a handsome guy, Brikachu. Keep your head up, my dude. That is pretty hilarious, though. I must say, I think that's great that you said a joke and scared someone off. I live for reaction, and that kind of reaction is hell good, man. Yeah, superior sense of humor. You're goddamn right, Mazda Beth. I've just learned that it's not for everybody, you know? Once someone actually gets to know me, I feel like they accept it at the very least. But like off the cuff, if I'm like, I'm probably not building much of a relationship with that person, that's for sure. But hey, lighten the fuck up, you know what I mean? Hey Alex, you will forever be my favorite deathcore vocalist. Greetings from Argentina. Thank you, Miguel. Man, South America is repping hard on the YouTube side. You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. First saw you in 2014, Warped Tour California, and was front row. Beyond stoked for you and everything you brought to metal and our gaming entertainment. Thanks, Tactical Dad. Warped Tour 2014. What part of California was that? Thanks, Vincent. I appreciate you, man. I mean, I don't mean to sound like cliche, but I like to keeps it real, you know what I mean? I feel like everyone should be able to keeps it real. And if someone doesn't appreciate you being real, then, you know, maybe you're just not meant to be friends, and that's fine too, you know? There's a lot more people to be friends with. There's a lot more people to date. You don't want to, like, change to date someone, you know what I'm saying? Ventura. Sick, dude. Goddamn, how crazy is that? 2014 was 11 years ago. Holy hell, man. That's crazy because, like, some days, like, I feel like I was touring, like, just yesterday. And other times it felt like it was, like, a whole lifetime ago. Like, it feels like a totally different life. But thanks for sticking with me, man. Thanks for tuning into the stream. This is one of the things that I love about streaming the most is being able to connect with like people like you again, like I'd be able to connect with if I was on tour, but now I don't have tour, so I have this. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Listen to me rant and rave about my bullshit. I don't want everyone to think I'm funny. That's true, because then it wouldn't be as funny. You know what I mean? Like, our humor is the kind that, like, you know, we need a reaction. We kind of need to, like, irk someone a little bit for it to actually be funny. You know what I mean? I feel like there's got to be, like, there's got to be some sort of uncomfortableness, you know? Gonna lurk while I play some games. Thanks, Crow Lotus. I appreciate you. Are you live right now, Crow Lotus? Because I could totally lurk yours while I'm streaming so you can get the viewership. But yeah, again, shout out to Crow Lotus. She streams, so if you wanted to at least give her a follow, just support the homies. Front row, 2014 Milwaukee Warped. The Milwaukee area Warped Tour, I don't remember, it was always in like some big parking lot, but I really liked where it like was like scenically, like that area. I always enjoyed that area. Mazda Beth added waifu. I have a very dark, twisted sense of humor, and sometimes people look at me and say, "What is wrong with you?" Well, that's good. That's, you know, it's like Mazda Beth said, like, that's the, you know, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? I want people to think I'm a little bit off the rails, you know? Still hilarious, but maybe just like one stub toe away from mass murder, you know? Just kidding. I don't know if I could say that live. Delete that. Anyway, was a joke, like we said. I want to be slightly off-putting. I want to have pudding. I haven't had pudding in a fat minute. I want some rice pudding. I want to be off-putting while eating rice pudding. Does it sound like a party? Oh boy, the silliness continues. I didn't get much sleep last night, so buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be goofy up in here. Yeah, no problem, Crow Lotus. I get it. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Pudding party. I need to be off pudding. I've been off the pudding for 2 weeks now. I'm losing my mind. Do not bring it up. It's been 11 years. I know, man. I mean, it doesn't really feel like it, so I guess that's a good thing. But like I barely even know what day it is anymore because now I work from home and I'm like in my like little streaming studio is my room. Like my bed is right over here. But like I don't leave this bubble very often. Like I walk my dog like 3 to 4 times a day. And if it weren't for that, I probably would never touch grass or even see the sun. But hey, I'm happy. Feels like the walls are closing in on me sometimes, but you know, it's nice to be your own boss and, you know, not deal with customer service. But hey, man, a job's a job. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. You're paying the bills, you're keeping the lights on, you're keeping the roof over your head. Sometimes we just got to grit our teeth and bear it, right? Our days will always be worse if we wake up thinking the day is going to suck, you know? Because if you wake up thinking the day is going to suck, it's probably going to suck. But you got to have a good attitude, you know? Wake up, slap yourself in the face, be like, today's going to fucking rule. And I'm going to make it rule. And look at yourself in the mirror while you say that and spit. You know, I want some spit flying out of your mouth while you're yelling at yourself. Maybe give you a second slap to really get the blood flowing. Yeah, that's how everyone should start the day. Your pal Al is now a life coach. Honestly, I love a good slap in the face when it's myself. I don't like being slapped in the face, but I enjoy a good wake me up slap for myself, you know? Get you going. You need one of those UV or vitamin D lights in your room. I actually have one. I'm using it as one of my key lights. My mom got it for me because, yeah, I don't see the sun a lot. It's nice though. I wish I had like a real second key light, but these things get bright. I make it work. That's the attitude I like to see, small kitten. You probably made her think something horrible was gonna happen. Okay, actually, let's circle back. Brikachu, can you tell us the joke? Because I would love to hear. As long as it's nothing that's gonna, you know, get reported or canceled. I like being slapped in the face sometimes. Vero, I have a strong feeling you meant that in a dirty way. Because I know you. I leave my windows open and figure that's good enough. Yeah. I just got these curtains that I bought these curtains like a couple years ago and I was too much of a piece of shit to finally put them up. But then I did. I was like, why haven't I put these up? And now it's like almost too much. Like, cause if I don't open them a little bit when I go to sleep at night, I will sleep forever because it just stays dark in my room. But it's nice. It feels more like cozy when you got like shit going on, you know? It feels like your spot, you know, like your safe zone. I'm making you hungry. What have I said about food? Oh, pudding. I got you. Yeah. I knew that. I was just seeing if you knew. No, Alex, we are always here for you, and at least for me, you'll always be the band vocalist that'll be forever remembered. Also, you think your job sucks? Try being a plumber for. Well, thanks, Tactical Dad, but being a plumber is a respectable job, man. Like, you can make dough. You know, obviously there's... If I had to be real with you, I would rather deal with actual shit than people shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole like talking back, like bullshit, like pay attention to me, I'm king of the universe type shit. I'd rather deal with like species. So, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, my man. Vital Lane, what's up? I'm having a great night, to be honest with you. I hope you're having a good night too. Thanks for tuning in. I love this song. Is this the song I was thinking of? Either way, I like it. My media player is like not updating the song title. I swear this like thing is whack. There we go. Forever way. Oh, we knew nothing. It was all one word, so I was like, whack new thing. Goddamn kids and their no spaces. This track bumps though. Shout out to, oh, of course it was Mazda Beth. Mazda Beth has great taste in music. I only use the big light to punish myself. I actually realized somewhat recently that, like, cause I have a shit ton of RGB in my room, as you could see, but like this is not where it ends. Like I have it everywhere. So I realized that I could set them to go off to a timer. So now to offset the dark curtains, I set my lights to go full blast, and then my alarm clock goes off like a minute later because the timings are offset. But that shit'll wake you up, man. Some white light and hit you with an alarm too. Like you're up, man. You're ready to party. Sometimes you wake up feeling like a bomb went off, but get your ass out of bed, you know? We're a lamp household. Lamps slap though. Lamps are cozy. Oh my God, shipping managers, that type shit. Yeah, I mean, work sucks, right? It just sucks. There's no, you know, it's okay to be observant about it, you know, but hey, there's a lot worse shit that we could be doing, you know what I mean? We'd rather be paying the bills and having money than like being on the streets and addicted to crack, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I never ventured down the crack path, but I went to rehab with a few people that did. And yeah, could always be worse, you know what I'm saying? Or like homeless and on meth. Either way, homeless and on whatever. That sucks worse, you know? You just gotta look at the silver linings. Having money rules. Making that money kind of suck, but having money rules. Being able to buy stupid shit, that's sick. You know, get that little serotonin boost from a little online shopping every now and then, you know? So YouTube asked me if I wanted to watch you live tonight. Yeah, Mom, I actually switched it. So last night I was streaming from a different YouTube, but I switched it to the YouTube that I was doing all the grudges stuff off because I thought, why not? There's already like 8,000 subscribers. So I don't know, you might have already been subscribed to this channel and that's why you got a notification. I'm not sure, but I actually changed the @ on this one's to AK Grudges, so it's the exact same as Twitch, so I don't have so many different names. Oh, hi, YouTube stream. I love how we got a bunch of you guys double fisting it here. It's a party though, having two different chats, especially on the YouTube side with all these people from South America. That's crazy. What do my Argentinian homies in here? I know there's a few of you. What time is it where you're at? If you're still there and you haven't gone to sleep. Yo, Alex, link your Twitch and YouTube. You got it, my dude. It is the same thing. Knock your junk around.
Smash.
A 2014 Honda Accord.
Smash.
A green line.
Smash.
A large mind.
Smash.
Half a bowling ball and the concept of
Well,
time.
getting this is hilarious.
Smash.
The frozen mustache.
Sorry, I'm trying to type this, but you know me and my attention span. There we go. All right, to my YouTube peeps, that is my Twitch. And then I already posted my YouTube link in the Discord. I feel like most of my Twitch peeps are in the Discord, but if anyone needs the link to YouTube, just holla at your boy.
Hey, you can download
Now
this
I got to
song
get it
right
set
now.
up
Links
to
in the
where I
description
have
below. Pre-order the full album
YouTube,
right now, also
Twitch,
in the
and then I need to
description below. We
have
got a signed
TikTok
vinyl
and
a signed
YouTube
CD.
Shorts.
Both come with an
So I'll have
exclusive
4
keychain.
streams
Oh my
going
God. That video's coming out August.
simultaneously.
Then
It's just
video and album release.
it's quite the
Big
effort,
shout
so
out to
I'm getting there.
Shitru for animating this beautiful music video. What a
I'll get
talent.
there
Go
one
check out
day.
his channel and his other videos
I'll have to get a 3rd monitor at that point. That's a whole lot of shit to manage. But hey, I like to party.
We confidently undertake
I thrive in chaos.
the attacks and defeats of the devil.
Ooh, Chaotic Badger, thank you for the follow. Is that you, Tactical Dad? Are you Chaotic Badger on this side? That's also going to be kind of hard because like I've gotten really good about like memorizing everyone's usernames. But if I have like 2 different ones, that's going to throw me for a loop. You guys are going to be keeping me on my toes. Well, thanks for hanging out, man. Double fist in the chat. Gotta listen to more Starbomb. She is the sweetest mama ever. I'm a lucky boy. I'm really lucky because I have 2 moms that are very sweet and I love very much. And I also have 2 dads. I got lucky. A big ass family. But I will say, Christmas time as a little kid, that shit slapped. So many grandmas and grandpas and uncles to give you gifts, you know. Saw you in San Antonio, Texas in 2016. Y'all played all of Desolation of Eden. Dope, man. That was the Desolation of Eden anniversary tour. That was a really sick tour. Was it at the White Rabbit or was that at Paper Tiger? Yo, Spinna, San Antonio was always one of my favorite places. Like the San Antonio crowd was always like, if not the best crowd of the tour, but like at least top 3, like consistently. You know what I mean? You guys go off, man. And like, no disrespect to any other cities out there, y'all just got to go see a metal show in San Antonio because you'll understand, man. They're bred different out there. San Antonio loves some metal music. And I'm very appreciative of you guys. It was at Korova. I'm not sure if I remember Korova. Red Zed, Bill Saber, and Horror. I thought that was oh man, now I can't think of it. Yeah, it's gone. Maybe it'll come back. Oh man, what was that guy? What's the other rapper that like raps like that? But he's got like really heavy beats, but he has a really deep voice, and he kind of anyway, he slaps. I haven't listened to him in a while. You just listened to Desolation of Eden today. Going to Germany for Rock M Park. I'm pretty sure we played Rock M Park one of these times, or one of those times. Corpse Husband. Oh man, why can't I think of that name right now? Oh, IB member. Sorry guys, quick pause. I'm taking the aux cord, but I'll give it right back, I promise. Yeah, I just gotta slip in one every now and then, you know what I'm saying? You guys just gotta remind me once it's over to like stop talking and put the other shit back on, because I'll forget. But if I get hit with a song in my brain, we gotta party to it. Let me know if y'all know this. This shit's heavy. I love his voice. All right, who knows it? Let's see. Night Lavelle, Mazda Beth. Oh, fisting. Hirova closed? Damn, man. How come all these like cool venues in San Antonio closed down so much? Because like it's not like no one comes to the shows. The shows are always bumping. I miss the White Rabbit though. The White Rabbit's an all-time classic. I'll remember that venue for the rest of my life. Didn't they tear it down though? Did they? Is that another venue they tore down to make apartments? Because I swear to God, all my favorite venues have been torn down to make apartments. Like all the venues I grew up playing here too. Like God damn it, man. Yeah, Night Lavelle slaps. I've never seen him live. Like bass baritone. I love that shit. Oh, so the White Rabbit is still the same location? It's just called Paper Tiger now? Or am I completely like misreading what you're trying to convey to your boy here? I thought like was Paper Tiger ever a separate venue, even like briefly? Like I swear to God, it was like, I don't know. Huh. Well, that's good. That venue is legendary. That venue has got to have like some sort of like historical protection, so like it can't get torn down. You know what I mean? The city's got to protect that place. That place is legendary. Has anyone else ever heard of the White Rabbit? There's been a lot of music magic in that place. It is pretty famous. It is pretty well known. It's kind of like one of those like Stevie GB venues, you know what I mean? Okay, I just want to hear one more because the songs are short, and then I'll turn it back. These songs 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You guys could do it. I'm also going to hit you guys with just a little bit more volume. This is the actual song I was looking for, so that's why I cheated.
Hey, I don't like you, why you always trying to follow me? I'm your king, I'm your love, I'm your diamond piece. Take this emotion that just found its way inside of me. Since a kid, I've been searching for the truth in me.
That shit slaps. It's funny because like his voice is like very like soothing, but then like the lyrics are like really hard and like gangster. I mean, not this song, obviously it's kind of like a love song, but like if this guy were to like narrate stories, I'd be locked in. Grim and Ruby G59. Yeah, I haven't listened to Suicide Boys. I haven't listened to them in a bad minute either. I was like really obsessed with them when I was in trip 3 of rehab. I had just barely discovered them, and a vast majority of their songs are about hard drug use. But like I just thought it was heavy. I wasn't really like thinking about like the drug use in the songs. But I would play it, and everyone liked it. Like no one was triggered. Like this is the third rehab I was in. We were all in just like a house. It was like a house with just a bunch of dudes. But everyone loved it. But then afterwards, they're like, "Yeah, we can't play these anymore. No more aux cable." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Literally every song is about hardcore drug use." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a good point." But I know, what's his name? Srim? He's sober now, right? Like he's got like a couple years of sobriety under his belt, doesn't he? Oh, are they both sober? 'Cause yeah, I remember like hearing that he was going through some hard shit, and I got mad respect for anyone that like can go through addiction and come out on the other side, because it's like, yeah, that's a special kind of hell. I got mad respect for that guy. I didn't know they were both sober though. That's cool. I mean, shit. The like the metal side of the music industry is very, like, alcohol, drugs. I can imagine like what the hip hop side of the industry looks like, because it kind of seems like it's like
We just multiply.
even more drugs. You know?
All these bitches want me 'cause
It's-
I'm better
it's-
than they nigga know.
It's a bummer that like some of these like musical environments can really like be so not toxic, but so
Take your brain, if you take it back, you got me.
I can't think of the word, but like kind of like perilous, you know what I mean? It's like music is like, I love music. Music is my outlet. It's my passion. It's something that like I find like beautiful, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you have like these darker aspects that kind of like surround it, like always, you know what I mean? Kind of like a double-edged sword.
You to the dance, you my baby for the day.
That Nextel click. Vital Lane, thank you for returning, my dude.
Baby, take my hand, girl, I'll take you to the bay. Yo, nigga, take
Okay, I'll let you guys have your songs back.
in his face.
If I don't change it back now, then I'm not gonna stop listening to Night Lavelle. Maybe you guys could do me a favor and request a couple Night Lavelle songs. Have you ever, oops, sorry, every time I take the mouse off this screen, the chat disappears and I have to move the mouse back. They released a couple albums since getting sober. That's dope. They're both sober. I had a similar experience at a mental hospital where they didn't let me play any music. Yeah. It's kind of funny because like, you know, like I know to not take music literally. Like it's like a vibe, you know, I was talking about this last night, but it's like a performance. It's an act. It's a story. You know what I mean? So like if I hear a song about like drinking or whatever, like it doesn't trigger me, but I know like not everyone thinks that way, you know? So especially like Suicide Boys, they have like their songs about like dark drug use, and they also have like the songs about like really depressive moments too. So imagine like the people working at the hospital were like, dog, you can't do this shit, man. And I don't mean to laugh at that, but you know what I mean. We all been through some shit, huh? They are retiring now after they've been 6 years of sobriety. I guess that makes sense because I've been out of the scene for almost 8 years now. Why are they retiring? Are they realizing that it's volatile, or I mean, I'm sure they've made plenty of fucking money, you know what I mean, by now. But I can see how it kind of just depends on like your support system too, you know what I mean? Like, cause if you were in like a band or a situation where like you were the only one sober, that would be very difficult. But I feel like if you were in a situation where like, and like, I don't even really think like the whole inner circle needs to be sober just because of you, but to be like, I don't know, be more aware, I guess, you know what I mean? And be supportive, you know? But that might be a little bit too much to ask. They're playing louder than knife. Oh, it was an April Fool's joke? I fell victim to a bloodborne April Fool's joke. So, don't at me, bro. There wasn't any real good April Fool's jokes this year, though. Like the Suicide Boys, that's good, but that's like a classic. Like bands always announce they break up on April Fools. Like we did that with Chelsea Grin back in the day in like 2010 or 9 or some shit. That one's like a classic. I mean, Silly Mama believed it, so they got some people. That's cool though. The moral of the story is it's cool that they're sober. I got mad respect for that. That's awesome. It's crazy too, because like as an artist, sometimes you fall into the trap of like thinking that you need substance in order to be creative. Like you need your vice, you know what I mean? But in reality, like something I learned, like I thought that I needed alcohol to like perform. Like I definitely like needed it for my anxiety for sure. But like as far as like I didn't really need it though, you know, but like, I feel like it's easy to fall into the trap of needing that to be creative. But one thing I realized that like after I had been sober for a while, like especially with how long of a break I took in between Chelsea Grin and Amiona, like for one, my voice is 1,000 times better because I'm healthy. But like I can write for days, man. Like my imagination is like constantly pumping, you know, I'm not like numbing out my whole brain all the time, you know what I mean? But I feel like maybe one time, like if like an artist would like take a drug and then write and it was like a good song, all of a sudden they think like, oh my God, I should always do this, you know what I mean? But then you're kind of always chasing the dragon because you're never going to feel that or get that again. But I know there's a lot of traps and like pitfalls you could fall into, which again is really sad because like music rules. Like, could you guys imagine a life without music? Shit. Like you put on music when you're sad, you put on music when you're happy, you put on music when you're partying, like you put on music when you're pissed. Music is like the universal emotional outlet, you know? But I mean, there's always some snakes in the grass no matter what industry you're in. You just gotta watch out. It's tough, even tougher to stay away from it. I feel you, man. Honestly, once you get like a prolonged period of sobriety under your belt, you honestly stop thinking about it completely. Like early sobriety is hard, especially because you're like trained yourself to like need it. Like if you're having a bad day, you have a drink. If you have anxiety, you have a drink. So like you've kind of taught yourself to need it. But once you like stay sober for a longer period of time, then you become used to this new thing. And then you kind of stop thinking about it, you know, because you found a new normal, you know. So the adjustment period is hard, but like once you get over it, it becomes a lot easier, man. For anyone that's trying to sober up. Any upcoming projects at the moment, Genesis? Well, we just dropped, I don't know if you've heard Amiona yet, but Amiona is my new band. We just dropped our third EP. But we're already working on the next record. I was supposed to track vocals for a single, but then I got really sick from the carbon monoxide poisoning, so it put us a little behind. But I mean, we released 3 EPs in 1 year, and we're not going to slow down, so we're just going to keep pumping out jams. Got to keep up with the shortest attention spans out there, you know, myself included. I used to play in bands, but I had too many kids and had to get a real job. Yeah, I feel you, bro. That's kind of Jake. That's what Jake's situation is right now. Like, Jake doesn't want to tour because he owns a business and he has a wife and he has 2 kids, you know? It's a lot easier to tour when you're younger because you have like way less responsibilities. Like when I was a teenager, I was like, shit, I'm not paying rent. I'm not paying bills. I don't have a car. Like, this is great. You know, I come home to my parents' house. I get fed. You know, it's easy when you're young, but when you're older, it's like, yo, you get so much responsibility, man, you know? Alex, I encourage you to watch the Suicide Boys interview with Theo. Did they do a Theo Von podcast? Like a whole podcast, or was it just an interview? I love Theo Von. Theo Von cracks me up. I have to have my music during the day. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it keeps a lot of us sane. I had that experience with weed and art. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty common one. Because like maybe like a couple times you were high and came up with a cool idea or something, but like, I mean, if you're impaired, you're impaired. You know what I mean? You're putting a bit of like you might have different creative bursts depending on the substance, but you're still putting some form of a block. You know what I mean? And when it's gone, it's just so much clearer, you know? But hey, I mean, weed is certainly a lesser of the evils. My brothers smoke a godforsaken amount of pot. I've never really liked weed though, so it's never bothered me. I liked weed when I was like 18 to probably about 19 or 20. And then one day I smoked and I got so unbelievably paranoid that I was like, what the hell? And then I smoked a couple more times after that, and it's the same thing, so unbelievably paranoid. And I was like, shit, can't do this shit anymore. Not to change the subject, but now that I have you on the giant flat screen, I can see your setup a lot better. Is that the bamboo I gave you? Yep. This bamboo right here was a gift from my mama. I don't know if you saw Mazda Beth, but I finally displayed the Dark Moon Greatsword in a place that could be seen. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Mazda Beth got me that one. I mean, paranoid about everything. Paranoid about shit that I shouldn't have been paranoid about. It was just an overwhelming sense of paranoia and uncomfortableness, whatever, uncomfortability. Yeah, and what's up, my dude? How you doing? I'm 32 with 6, so you have 6 kids? I ended up getting 2 careers, but I plan. You sound like a busy man. Got mad respect for you though, man. 6 kids and 2 careers. I come from a pretty big family myself. I'm the oldest of 6. But yeah, shout out to you, man. Kicking that ass, man. I can imagine, like, you know, touring when you have 1 kid is still super hard, but it's manageable. 6 kids, yeah. You gotta be home with them kids, you know? You could just do what we do, like, because we just put out music and we don't tour. You could just put it out and release it, you know? And if it takes off, it takes off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, no skin off your back. And at least you get to still do the thing you love. Yeah, the sword kind of, because it's the dark blue, kind of blends in with my blue color scheme, but it looks cool too because it's really reflective. But I can see it really well because I'm looking on the big screen. I'm sure on the phone it's like unseeable, but
Up next, we have 4
I want to give a shout out to Mazda Beth.
Here to sing their single, the fastest way to a girl's heart is through her rib cage.
But
Please give a warm peacock welcome to Ice 9 Kills.
Oh, is this newer Ice 9 Kills? Spencer kind of sounds like the dude from Panic at the Disco. Which I like. Was a compliment. What you doing, Boof? Are you getting restless? You want to come say hi for once? Come here. Oh, they can't see you down here, Big Boof. I would lift him up, but he hurt his paw somehow, one of his paws. But like, he's been yelping when he goes down the stairs lately, but then he's like fine. He walks totally fine. And I have another set of stairs, like once I get out of my townhome to like get down to the sidewalk, and he won't yelp on those. I think he must have like stepped on something and... But I told my mom this story earlier, but I tried to look at his paws, but he becomes psycho when you try to look at his paws because he has PTSD. He's like a really well-behaved dog, and like he's not like aggressive or like crazy like ever. But he acts like a lunatic if you try to look at his paws, and it's because when he was a puppy, he went flying out of my dad's like patio deck area, but the deck, he had torn down the deck and was in the process of rebuilding it. So he went flying out because he's a puppy doing puppy things, right? And he hit his paw on a nail and it actually like ripped his paw like pretty hard, like all the way up the knuckle. So obviously I had to like clean it and bandage it, and oh my God, did he not like that shit. I felt so bad, like I was like, oh, my dog thinks I'm like beating him right now. But ever since then, he does not like when people fuck with his paws. He will let you know too. Yeah, I love him too. I'm gonna I'm gonna keep my eye on him tonight and tomorrow. I'm probably gonna end up taking him to the vet just to be sure. But it's weird because like he walks fine, he runs fine, he's got a lot of energy. Like he gets excited when he sees other dogs when we're on a walk. But like he goes down the stairs, he just lets out a little yelp. I just hope it's not like anything with his joints or anything, because he is getting older. Like he'll be 8 this year. But he's a really healthy dog. But yeah, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Hopefully it was just like a goat head thorn that kind of hurt his paw. Because I stepped on a goat head thorn the other day, and you know how that feels. I gotta shower and rest up, brother. Yeah, no worries, Vitaline. Thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate the support. Get your beauty sleep. Gotta work them 2 jobs and be a father to the 6 kids. Champion status, though, man. I got respect for you. Come hang out again. Oops, I'm stuck. Here we go. Give him all the... oh, dude. He doesn't need any more treats than what he gets. I recently had to put him on a diet because he was starting to get like really fat. But he slimmed down a little bit. I think he's like a perfect weight right now. But I'm a sucker, man. He knows how to play me. He just has to look at me and I'm like, oh my God, do you want everything? Here, take my pizza. Take the... I try not to give him human food though. But he eats like a king. Like his dog food is more expensive than my goddamn groceries are. He's got that good fresh stuff.
Oh God, that's not a sword, it's your dick in disguise.
Malkin, you've been hitting the heat. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought here.
That was weird, but
It's here too over. What's up, Metalhead for Life? How you doing? Yeah, working evenings is rough because like the way it like kind of like throws off your clock. You know, like everyone is up and doing shit at this time, and that's when you gotta sleep, and then you're up when everyone else is sleeping. I went through that phase too, where I was working the evening shifts for quite a while. At first I was stoked because I was like, fuck yeah, I get to sleep in. And after a while I was like, oh. But Mazda Beth is a goddamn champion though, so she got it. Flex on him, Mazda Beth.
Oh my God!
I need to get him some more of that chicken jerky because that was like lower on the calorie level and it didn't upset his stomach. But then my ass will end up giving him like 6 a day. Oh yeah, and you missed it. We were, well, mostly me. We were bitching about customer service at the beginning of the stream.
Jeez! Come in here telling me you got
Everyone's own little special hell. Customer service. He is a good boy. Damn, Mazda Beth, you working 2 jobs?
Okay.
Come on and click here to buy the album right now.
Damn, that's sick though. You're badass. You'll get used to it, you know what I mean? And then once you start seeing that double paycheck, you're like, oh yeah, this shit's worth it. Oh, by the way, so I went to a smoke shop that still had these. They just had like the last little bits of them. So I guess I'm not quitting yet, because I got to. I'm a punk ass. Don't at me. Of all the vices I've dealt with in my life, vaping is by far the least harmful, so I find solace in that. And it's not mind altering. Certainly not good for you. I won't lie about that. But hey, if I had to have one vice, sure beats the hell out of drinking myself to death, right? Daddy fat snaps. What does fat snap mean? What exactly is daddy fat snapping? Is fat snap lingo? Is it something the kids are saying? Now that I'm turning 34, I could say that with confidence. You damn kids and your silly lingo. I am officially reached get off my lawn status, all right? And you can't make fun of me while I scream at you to get off my lawn. Yawn. Everyone should work at least one customer service job. I mean, it's true, man. Like, it teaches you a whole different level of tolerance. You know what I mean? Certainly builds character. At times, I argue that it's not healthy, but I mean, you know, you just gotta find your zen, you know? That's like I got really heavy into like meditating during my third stint in rehab. And there were times where I took my lunch break out in my car and popped in my meditation. And that saved some people for sure. If not, it saved myself. Meditation is the gift from the gods, man. Like, it kind of sucks to like commit yourself to it because it's like you have to sit there for like 20 to 30 minutes or whatever. And you know, we always have so much shit to do that it's hard to just like sit and like clear your mind. But man, if y'all should try some like guided meditations or even like breath work. Like, it's crazy. It's like magic. I highly recommend. In fact, I've got a really good breathwork exercise I could share with you if you guys want to give it a gander. Give it a look-see. At the very least, you can make fun of me for being a hippie. But this one in particular, there's a few that I like, but this one's by far my favorite. Because it's box breathing, and like the box breathing technique like naturally like sends your body into a, I forget the term of it, but like it really like actually gets your body to start calming yourself down, like releasing those chemicals to like chill out. I mean, I don't know if you guys know who Wim Hof is, but Wim Hof does some crazy ass shit, and he like is cool with it because of like the breath work he does. Like, he's a very big believer in breath work. Wim Hof is a wild boy. Break it, you can't do it while listening to music. That's the point. Like, the point of meditating is you're supposed to clear your mind. And in this particular one that I'm sending you guys, it's a guided one, and he'll remind you to be like, at this point, your mind is probably drifting off. You're probably thinking about what you're gonna do later, something. But just clear your mind and focus on your breathing. Because you have to commit to it, and that's why it can be hard. But if you truly just focus on your breathing, try to clear your mind, like, it's magic, man. But, you know, trust me, I have ADHD, so I know how hard it is to kind of sit down and focus on one thing. But if you guys are ever in a pinch, just give it a try. If you're ever borderline murder, try this first. 25-minute meditation is certainly better than prison, you know what I'm saying? Song requests are going insane today. Yeah, we've had some good jams. I like how you guys have like humored my please, for the love of God, don't blast me with heavy music all night vibe. Oh, is this newer Suicide Boys? This sounds like way different. I probably have like several Suicide Boys records to catch up on this point. I dig it though. Solid song, F-Man McChigan. All right, it looks like my YouTube chat died, so now I can just focus on one place. That was cool though. That was a really successful. A lot of people tuned in. I didn't like. I kind of forgot that I had this Grudges YouTube, and I was like, God damn, there's 8,000 subscribers on this. Like, why in the frick would I start over? And like, I haven't even promoted the YouTube thing yet. So everyone that showed up tonight just showed up. That was dope. Thanks everyone. If anyone on the YouTube stream is still hanging around, I appreciate you. Thank you to my Twitch homies, my crew, all the people that were double fist in the chat tonight. Y'all are amazing, man. Start the party. You can still see it? Oh no, I mean the stream's running, but the chat like died down. There's probably some people that are still lurking, but that was really cool. There was a bunch of people from South America in the YouTube rig. We've always had such a good, such a good fan base in South America, and it's kind of crazy because like we've only been there once, you know. I would love to go back on like vacation and like actually like see things. That was like the biggest downside to touring is that like you couldn't ever, you go to all these places, but the most you see is the inside of the venue, you know. Although I went out of my way to see, what's that place in the UK that like aliens built? Stonehenge. Our bus was traveling through to the other venue, so we had to like wake up at we had to wake up really early. I don't remember. It probably wasn't actually early, but to me it felt early because I was a young alcoholic. But I was so excited to see Stonehenge because I'm like, yeah, dude, like aliens definitely built this shit, man. Like they did not have the capabilities to build Stonehenge. I'm gonna see it. And then I realized when you go see Stonehenge, you have to look at it from like 100 yards away. Like you don't actually get to go to it. And that really, really bummed me out. I was like hungover and freezing because the UK is like always cold. Had to like look at it through some binoculars. But you know why they do that shit is because people were fucking it up. They were like tagging it and like vandalizing it. It's like, man, y'all ruin it for everybody, man. I just wanted to go through some alien portals and now I can't because you've been writing like dick cheese all over it or whatever the tag name is. Ballface and dick cheese over here. Those are pretty good tagger names, by the way. I'm gonna steal those. I'm gonna pick up tagging. You guys come driving through Utah and you see Ballface and dick cheese. Like Inception, it seems like two people, but it's really... Yeah, they fenced it off because of some turds defaced. I know, man, why do some people suck so bad? There's a lot of places like that in Utah that are like, there's these really beautiful hiking spots and like some of them have like ancient Native American like cave drawings, like wall drawings. And like people just fuck it up. The last thing that happened, where was that, Mom? Was it in Goblin Valley? Like some dude filmed himself for his YouTube comment, fucking up these like rock formations that like, you know how like the net, like these things have been eroded by like running water for like so many years to the point that they're like misshaped and barely hanging on, and they survived all that for some douche turd to come over and knock it over for his goddamn content. Luckily, I mean, they fucked him. They threw the hard dick of the law at that guy. So I mean, good, but like, come on, man. That's like some shit you think about when you're like 12 years old and you're like, not when you're like a grown ass man. At 12 years old, you don't think about the consequences. You should think about the consequences as an adult. Bro, I went to Salt Lake City for my little sister's wedding and was like, oh shit, Alex from hell yeah. I'm holding it down here in Utah. It's funny when I tell people I'm from Utah because people, you know, Utah, if you've never been to Utah, like you hear what people say and you assume that it's like this like religious commune that's like hella Mormon, but it's really not. I mean, they exist for sure, but Utah rules, man. In fact, actually, I take that back. I don't want people moving here, so I take it back to this place sucks. This place sucks. Definitely don't move here, especially if you're from California. We used to have like a really, well, not really, but we used to have a cheaper housing market. And then if people lived in California, what they could do is they could sell their house for like $2 million because things are way more expensive there. Come to Utah, buy a new house for $1 million that's bigger and better, and then have an extra $1 million to just sit on. So many people moved here from California, and now I can't afford a house. Oh, God damn it. I mean, it's not all them, you know. Our economy could be better. Inflation could be better. You know what sucks? It's like the price of everything is always going up, but we're not getting constant raises. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be like a law that if like the price of life goes up, my paycheck goes up too. You know what I mean? It's only fair. I mean, now I'm responsible for my own paycheck, but you know what I mean. It's like, dog, if groceries are going to cost me $300 for 1 week for one person, you got to toss me an extra $250 on the check, you know? Bump me up like $250. That's it. Give me $350. $350. Thanks, man, McChicken. Yeah, it took a minute, huh? Yeah, the song requests are bumping. Mormon capital. It's pretty even at this point. But I mean, like I said, the people exist. The stereotype people, they're definitely here. But we're not like overrun with them. You know what I mean? But they do exist. Well, honestly, most Mormon people are just really nice. You know what I mean? I mean, just like with everything, there's always outliers, no matter, it doesn't even have to be religion. There's always outliers that take shit too far. But like, I mean, South Park presented it really well when they did like a Mormon episode. And they're just really nice. And like, I think like Stan like had beef with it or whatever. And then the kid's like, you know what? We were just nice to you. I wanted you to be my friend. I invited you over for dinner. And if that's not good enough for you, fuck you. They stop me on my FedEx route every day. In Michigan, our electric bills are going up because Canada put tariffs on the electricity. Yeah. I love how the people in charge of our countries are a bunch of fucking 9-year-olds. I don't get why, like honestly, I understand why we would start charging tariffs because people charge tariffs on us. But like, why can't we just all agree to not do tariffs? You know what I mean? Like, we're still buying shit from each other. I feel like that would be like the logical conclusion. It's like, okay, like, it's like in America, like we're of the mindset of like, hey, you're tariffing us, so we're going to tariff you. But it's like, if we just all didn't tariff each other, that would be pretty tight, you know? Can't we all just get along? Can't you turds in these seats of power, like, think about the people for once, huh? Didn't they give... I don't think Elon got the boot. The corpse husband. I know it's a very unpopular opinion these days, but I don't mind Elon. And that doesn't make me a Trump supporter. But I admire his mind. He's like a generational genius, you know? I know he rubs people the wrong way with being in politics now, but I like the non-political stuff. I like that he's actually trying to like put us in space again. Like we had like years ago, we were all obsessed with going to the moon, and then that was it. And we're like you know, and now he's like outdoing NASA with like his rockets and shit. Like he saved those people from the space station. Like that's what I want. I want like to advance our species. Like I would love to like go to space, you know, even like colonize another planet. Like that's sick. I'm surprised that like no one has really thought about that until now. But I love that shit. I'm all about that shit. But you know me, I try not to rub my nose in the political aspect of things. Logic isn't part of the plan, unfortunately. Logic is never part of the plan, man. Can you explain the political climate to me like I'm 5? I don't even want to really get on this because most of you guys know my feelings right now, but the goddamn like infighting between parties is so fucking petty, bro. Like we're more consumed with fighting each other than like fixing fucking problems. You know, we just want to hijack, you know, each side wants to just hijack each other and in the same breath like further their position and climb their career ladder and like say and do whatever they need to say and do to like get people to support them, even though most of them don't even believe half the shit they fucking say. Like I'm so sick of it, man. Like it's like watching a bunch of like goddamn 6-year-olds like argue at like recess. You know what I mean? It's like you guys are supposed to be the role models and the responsible ones, and we're out here and I can't afford groceries. I'm about to be 34 years old. I'm still renting. Credit card interest is insane. Interest in general is insane. We got real problems. Can we like take it 1 year, just 1 year, 1 year, just drop the bullshit and like try to actually fix some shit, you know? Alex Koehler for president, by the way. If you guys want to vote for me, I'll get some shit done. I'll start throwing slaps. Like, no arguing, bitch. Let's make rent cheaper. Let's lower them credit card interest from fucking 30% to at least like 20. You know, 20 is still pretty goddamn outlandish, but 30, dog, 30%. Goddamn robbery, man. Yeah, I know. I try not to talk about it because it gets everyone worked up and, you know, everyone has different opinions and I try not to get worked up. But I try to stay out of like the political party aspect and try to just look at it as one big picture, you know? And sometimes like that's why you can't watch the news because I mean, one, like cable news that's not even news. But then it's just highlighted all the like goddamn, y'all, how old are you? Yeah, I'm gonna run, guys. Y'all have to vote for me. I can't wait to see the look on people's faces when I get up and talk like this. Like, listen, motherfuckers, y'all are stupid. Now, I don't like you. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like them. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like them. We all don't have to like each other. But let's do some shit. Let's do some real shit that people would actually appreciate. And not just us, because, you know, we're rich, we're fine, we're good. Let's, let's help the people that, you know, we're supposed to be representing. You know, like billions of people that, you know, are below us. That actually have to, like, work for a living and bust their ass and not have, like, you know, free ride bullshit. You'd be the first openly gay president. Fine by me. I'll do it for the clicks. I'll do it for the laugh. I'll do it for the giggle. I want to say that I'm gay just to see how many people go, oh, we know, dude. We've known for a long time. And I'll be like, damn. But hey, there's nothing wrong with being gay, all right? You do you. AK 2028. Bro, I've been saying for years we need to stop hiring the retirement home to run the country. Yeah, that would probably help. One thing that I've always like, well, not always, but as I've grown up, like one thing that I've kind of wished could happen is if like, because the people that become politicians aren't like the best and brightest. You know what I mean? They're people like some of them have good intentions. You know what I mean? They're few and far between, but a lot of them just care about like it's a career. You know, as in a career, you want to advance your career. You want to make more money. You want to have more power. But instead of having those jerk offs, I wish we could actually like find all our like best and brightest, like all our like actually like intelligent people, like the most intelligent people we have, and like put them in charge and like see what happens, you know, see what happens when like smart people get together and not care about their 6 yachts or, you know, their goddamn stock market trades or shit, you know. Soon as someone is too old to renew their driver's license, they need to get a seat in Congress. As soon as your driving privileges are revoked, then you could be in a seat of power. As soon as you've been firmly planted in that get off my lawn space for 60 years, then you can. We just picked someone in their prime, like 35. Yeah. I mean, again, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but that's why I liked the idea of Elon. I know he's not really in, like, he has that own thing that he can do, but he's a very intelligent person, you know, and people may disagree with some of his viewpoints, and that's fine. You know, I don't agree with every single one of them either, but I was actually excited about having an actual genius do something. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think the average IQ is of like politicians? I sure as hell know they're not all geniuses. They could have some fancy college degrees, but you know, their parents paid for it. You paid money to get that degree on your wall, you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess Obama was relatively young in the grand scheme of things. Clinton was younger. You know, Clinton liked his extracurricular activities a little too much, if you know what I'm saying. But again, real talk, how many politicians get scandalous blowjobs in their office and then just don't get caught? I feel like Bill Clinton was just the first one to get caught. You can't tell me that like at least 80% of these people are not the sleaziest, scummiest fucks to ever walk the goddamn universe. I mean, you could see it on some of them. They radiate scumbag energy, you know? Especially when they're saying shit that you know they don't actually believe, but they know like if they say it, it'll get votes. It's like, shut up. Yeah, the insider trading is hilarious. And it's even more hilarious that it's like legal, but not. It's like not legal in theory, but like there's a way too many loopholes. I mean, ask Nancy Pelosi about insider trading. She's got a lot of dough. A little too much dough for like the, you know, her government salary. What about JFK? JFK was a known womanizer, but it was a different time and people didn't care as much if you were like, you know, smacking them things. So yeah, Bill Clinton just happened to fall on the tail end of that. He's like, hey man, come on man, JFK used to bang Marilyn Monroe and here I can't just get a little quick blowjob. Hey man, I've never seen it before in my life. What is it? Come on, man, it's harmless. I think better if I get my under the desk blowjob. Oh, dear God. YouTube is not going to keep me. All my VODs are going to get taken down. Especially when you're married to an ogre. Well, that's the thing, too. Like a lot of these, political relationships, like they keep shit together for appearances. Like, do you really think Hillary and Bill like each other even at all? And as Hillary, it's like you have to sit there and realize your husband just got caught for getting a blowjob under the table, and you have to kind of like pretend like it didn't happen. And then if you're Bill, you have to pretend, you know, like what Gabe said, that you're not married to an ogre. Oh, silly mama, you leaving? But we were just starting to get super silly. Just kidding, silly mama. Have a good night. And I don't mean to like talk about politics. You know me, I hate the shit. So if anyone is tired of the shit, then we could totally shift conversations. I just like a good laugh, you know, and it's an easy target for some easy laughs. All right. Well, wow, I can't even talk. The song requests. Okay, I'm going to slide in, since this isn't playing anything, I'm going to slide in one of my own. Old Get Off My Lawn, your pal Al's taking the aux cord again. Goddamn dad took the aux cord again. I'm going to go against my own rules. Let's see. Actually, what? I feel like if I'm going to do something, it's got to be good. It's got to be good. Let's see. Now I'm too on the spot. I can't think of anything that I really want to listen to. I have like a playlist of like the same 20 songs that I listen to on a daily basis because they're part of my vocal warm-up routine. And I'm somehow still not sick of them. But I'm sure you guys are sick of them by now. But I've certainly played that playlist live a couple 2-3 times for sure. Let's get something a little angry. Let's get something a little edgy. Let's get the blood flowing in here. I know it's a Wednesday, but
Ladies and gentlemen,
let's wake up.
Introducing the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
I want everyone to go to their nearest drywall and punch that shit. Mazda Beth, I want you to go into the basement where you just built all this shit and just break it. Break it all. And then when your husband's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're just like, Limp Bizkit, bitch. Listen up. Here we go. It's a fucked up world and a fucked up place. Everybody just but a fucked up face. I feel like this song is very topical to what we were just talking about. I was punching air so hard and my headphones fell off. This song. Everybody knows this song. Who wants to start a Limp Bizkit tribute band with me? Yeah, and I know you're in. I'm dead serious. I would totally do a Limp Bizkit tribute band. I'm just not that technologically inclined with recording stuff. But you know I can do vocals. I don't need a lot of know-how to scream into a mic. You wanna fuck me like an animal. You guys feel the energy flowing? I do. Just know that nothing you do will bring you closer to me. Ain't like a bitch, a fucked up bitch, a fucked up sore with a fucked up stitch. This is why my mom didn't let me get the parental advisory versions of this band when I was younger. Turns out she was correct. I was like, nah, Mom, they don't swear that much. Come on. They say like butt and poop and stuff. It's nothing. Les Borland could get really heavy when he wants to. And it's like such a it's like a non-traditional heavy, but it slaps. It's angry. Are you dumb? Listen up. I love that line. I know it's like a total rip from a Nine Inch Nails song, but honestly, since Limp Bizkit ripped that from a Nine Inch Nails song, I honestly wanted to rip it in an Amiona song. It's the song that we're writing right now that was supposed to be the single that I was supposed to track before I almost died and all that bullshit. I really wanted to use that line because it's an angry song. It's just like an angry about everything song. And I really wanted to steal that line. And I think because Fred Durst already stole it, then I could steal it too. It's my star, bitch. My star. One more time.
You wanna fuck me like an animal. You wanna burn me up
So heavy. Yeah, and could you imagine playing this shit live? Let's do it, dude. Limp Bizkit tribute band. Who's coming with me, man? Yan? Thank you, Yan. Please tell me y'all have seen Half Baked. If there's one person in this chat that has never seen Half Baked, that is your homework for the night, is to watch that shit because it is hilarious. Ooh. Spotify Shuffle has been. Let's just listen to angry 90s music. One of the best eras of music ever spawned. I'm somebody's bitch. I still got my chocolate starfish. Dude, I need some Limp Bizkit merch. Actually, I'm gonna give that a goog. What does their merch store even look like? I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit because I realize I'm probably blasting everyone the fuck out. If my headphones are blasting myself out, I know I'm probably blasting you guys out. What does Limp Bizkit merch store look like? And am I gonna do an impulse buy right now? I bet their merch is so expensive. The last like bigger band merch I got a Deftones hoodie, and I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, I think it was like $80. They're on tour in the UK/Europe right now. All I see are tour dates. Where's their merch? Are they one of those bands that only sell merch live? That'd be quite unfortunate. LimpBizkitShop.com. Ooh, that iPhone case is hard. Oh man. I miss the early 2000s new metal, extreme sports, Xbox games. You forgot motorcycles. Well, you said extreme sports, never mind. Metal Militia. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. I do need a P.O. box. How does one get a P.O. box? Do you just go to the post office? Because if you remind me, I'll go do it. Because I actually wanted to do it forever ago, but you know me that I need constant reminders, otherwise it'll slip my mind. MX versus ATV. There was one ATV game back in the day that, like, if you drove to where the map ends, you'd hit it and it would launch you across the whole map. That was so much fun as like a little kid, just like, you guys know what I'm talking about? What's up, Boof? You okay? You okay? Thank you. Yeah, it'll take several of you to remind me, so. Because one of you will remind me, but I'll be in the middle of doing something. I'll be like, oh yeah, right. And I'll continue doing what I'm doing. And then the next person will remind me, I'm like, oh yeah, right. And then, you know how I do. Yeah, I'd be down, honestly. I'd be way down for that shit. You guys could just send me random shit and I'll open it live. That's something that that show Cold Ones does a lot, that my brothers love. They like Australian dudes that get drunk and just do weird shit. They had one episode where they ordered all this random shit from Temu. They had one episode that had me dying. They paid for a bunch of cameo messages from like famous people, and they just had them say the most ridiculous shit. Yeah, when you hit the border, it's just. I'll do the worst thing you hate. I'll send you a text and FaceTime. You could FaceTime me. I'm just not going to answer. Y'all could FaceTime me all day. I'm just never going to answer. I don't do that shit. It is such an invasion of privacy. You know, I get pissed off at Pablo all the time too, because he always calls. He doesn't text. So he'll call and I won't answer because I'm busy. And then he'll shoot me a text saying, yo, call me back. I'm like, yo, this text right here is where you tell me what you fucking want. And then I'll decide if I want to call you back. So I always call him back because Pablo's my boy. And I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, hey, do you want to do this on Tuesday? And I'm like, sure. He's like, okay, sweet. I'll see you then. I'm like, dude, that could have been sent in a text so easily. Like, come on. See, what a lot of people do understand this, but a lot of people don't. The beauty of texting is you can continue to do whatever the fuck you're doing and text back. You can multitask. Whereas if you have to answer a goddamn phone call or a FaceTime, you are now 100% committed to phone call / FaceTime. There's no multitask. But if you text, I can see the text, I can see what you said, I can kind of like do my thing for a second, think about it, respond, keep doing my shit, like no one misses the beat. Or maybe I'm just an introverted psycho. Yeah, it could have been a text, goddammit. Like, if you're calling me, I expect you to be dying. I expect it to be a supreme emergency. Otherwise, you should not be calling me. And if you FaceTime me, I'm just going to pretend like it never happened. Don't turn your back on me. Fucking Chester Bennington. Rest in peace. Chester Bennington had the best voice for this, man. He was one of the best vocalists I've ever seen live too. He was perfect. And his range is pretty crazy because he does like a lot of like the gritty false chord singing, and like his screams are intense. And he like, especially like his singing, he's got like some of his shit's really hard, and he was just boom, hitting it. And then what I always liked about Chester too is that he'd always be like dripping sweat, but he'd just be perfect. Like you could tell like he's putting in work up there, but he doesn't miss a beat. I was like that too though, man. I sweat so much on stage. I just like, anytime I'm on the spot, your boy is leaking. Your boy like is taking a natural shower. I mean, the drinking shit certainly didn't help. I mean, you take like 6 shots of whiskey and then go on stage, you're gonna sweat anyway. But I'm a heavy sweater. A very heavy sweater. Oh yeah, Limp Bizkit. I wanted to show you guys this. Here, I'm gonna get it going on here because I could do this now. 'Cause I'm a real boy. I'm sure there are times that Gabe wants to call me because I'll send him 30 texts to his one, and I'll change the subject 4 times. He kept riling me up about goddamn Drumsoft earlier. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have to move on this side. I love that big bass slap. Just. Sorry guys, I'm getting heavily distracted while I'm trying to do shit. Damn it, you can't really see it because of the chat. Look at that phone case, though. I need that phone case. You guys want to look at this merch with me? Let's see what they got. That phone case slaps, though. Ooh. Remember when like new metal bands like this was the thing, like the really cartoony kind of like thick looking thing? They do like the band promo would be like a really sickly cartoon. I feel like Korn did that shit a lot. Limp Bizkit mug, Limp Bizkit mask. Limp Bizkit poster. Oh, Limp Bizkit throw blanket. Oh, you guys can't see that. Hold on. Look at that. You got a Limp Bizkit throw blanket. I haven't seen a banger piece of merch that I want yet, though. This is all pretty basic stuff. Damn, is that really it? They probably have way better merch on tour. Oh, we got a chocolate covered starfish hot dog flavored water phone case. You got a Limp Bizkit jigsaw puzzle. You could tell they have nothing to do with their merch. They just let their manager do it. And their manager is like that guy that managed Elvis, where he just like puts their name on everything and sells it. Elvis pins, Elvis coffee mugs, Elvis puzzles. They're like, yeah, sure, dude, whatever. Come on, man. I want like a really new metal ass looking Limp Bizkit. I like that hoodie, the plain hoodie with the white logo. It's only $40. Yeah, that's half the price of my Deftones hoodie. Oh, here we go. I hope this has like a cool back. No, is that it? Oh, come on. Limp Bizkit, you don't even try. That's pretty hard. Probably no front though. Y'all are cheap, man. One of my greatest lifetime achievements is when Fred Durst followed me on Twitter. I'll remember that day for the rest of my life. Oh, here we go. You know your boy likes Heather Gray. Ooh, that is my style. What do you guys think? Heather Gray, Limp Bizkit. Have y'all seen anything that you like? Pretty bare bones on the old Limp Bizkit store. Oh yeah, Gorillaz is really good at that, like the raunchy cartoon looking thing. God damn, Spotify. Spotify is hitting me with the best new metal right now. Right, eBay. Not a bad idea. I don't know if I want to buy a used Limp Bizkit shirt though. You know, like, I like Limp Bizkit and I'm not a Mongoloid, but there is definitely more Mongoloid Limp Bizkit fans than there's not. And I bet you could get some custom salted stain on that merch, you know what I'm saying? If you go to the top of the page, they have categories. I mean, I'm not really looking for something specific. I just wanted to check it out. Yeah, you're right, Mazabeth. You could get the older swag. I remember back in the day when The Undertaker became American Badass and had Keep Rolling in his intro. Yeah. I gotta hit the volume a little bit on this. I'm starting to get blown out again. Yeah, that era of The Undertaker ruled. Drives out on his fucking motorcycle. I remember the WrestleMania. One of the WrestleManias, Limp Bizkit actually played like in ring while The Undertaker came out. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. There we go. That's pretty classic. I want to recreate this poster. I want to get like a red backwards Yankees cap. Fred Durst just looks new metal though, you know what I mean? Like Fred Durst doesn't even have to try to look new metal. Like he just is new metal. Like you see that guy and you're like, that guy's new metal. I wanted to look like him so bad when I was in like the first grade. See, this is what I want. I want something with like their older album artwork on. Like that's fire. Even though this record isn't like my favorite by any means, that's the kind of like dirty new metal shit I like. There's so many coffee mugs, bro. Yo, who does your merch? Your grandpa? Taco Bell, Limp Bizkit. You know what they should sell? They should sell the red Yankees caps. I know like MLB and sports in general is really bitchy and stingy about their product being replicated, but that'd be cool. Maybe they could somehow form like the L and the B, like Limp Bizkit, into something that somewhat represents the Yankee logo. See, I'll do their merch. Fred Durst, hit me up, dog. You guys need a fresh take on your get off my lawn ass merch. It's like the same shit over and over and over again. All right, I'm gonna take Gabe's advice here. Gabe being dad. You know, if you go to the top of their page, you could search for specific shit. Thanks, Dad. I'm not that dumb. Just kidding. You know I need my handheld sometimes. Limp Bizkit hoodie. You get Wes Borland on that rig. Damn it. This foot. There we go. Wes Borland. Damn, I'm old. Nah. Find a pic. Could have a custom tee made for you. Just need a shirt color and size. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, one of my best friends happens to own a printing company. I don't know, because I'm the tutorial voice for life, Gabriel. I am the voice inside your head telling you to make all the right decisions in life. Straight up, leave your shit. Ooh, that's pretty hard. Oh, it's the Live Lamp Limp Bizkit. That's kind of overplayed. It's time to stand up and shout. Do things my way. It's my way or the highway. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think if I had to choose, I think the Heather Gray is the move, man. I love me some Heather Gray. I can't do a lot of black because Bodhi shows up real hard on black. But this is, this slaps, must say. Robust colors are 80% cotton, 20% polyester. Heather Gray is 70% cotton, 30% polyester. It describes the pocket as an entrance pouch. Entrance pouch pocket, matching drawstrings and rip cuffs. Hot damn. Yeah, right. I bet this shit is on some like Anvil heavyweight bullshit. Add to cart. My way or the highway. I am pretty impressed that it's only $40 though. Deftones took me for a ride when I got a hoodie from them. Anywho, well, I feel better knowing they have merch available. I don't know about you guys, but I feel better. I'm probably going to buy that later if I don't get distracted. Got to get myself a birthday present too, you know? And what better gift to give yourself than goddamn Big Daddy Fred Durst Limp Bizkit? All hail Fred Durst. Like a cloaca. Will someone get me a custom cloaca shirt, please? that's what we got to do. So we're going to start the Limp Bizkit tribute band. And we're going to put cloacas on our merch. I'll be like, yo, where all my ladies at? Where all my dudes at? Yo, where all my cloacas at? Get it? Because ducks have cloacas. Okay, I'll stop surfing. Goddamn, the internet sure is a black hole, huh? Like a cloaca. Clap it like cloaca. Clap it like cloaca. Cloaca clap. You guys are bad influences on my poor humor. Let's start a cloaca themed side project. Sure, dude. Yeah, I'm here to party, man. Considering a cloaca is also a butthole, I'm fairly positive they do queef. And it is a queef and a fart at the same time. Did your mind just get blown? Cloaca inception? We sure do learn something new every day, huh? Here, give me 1 second. I gotta go pee-pee, but no one leave because I still got a lot more left in me. Give me 1 minute.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head scream, are we having fun yet? Yeah, 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 no, no, yeah, 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 no, no. It's not like you didn't know that I said I love you and I swear I still do. And it must have been so bad, 'cause living with me must have damn near killed you. And this is how you remind me of what I really am. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. And this time I'm mistaken for handing you a heart worth breaking. And I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle. These 5 words in my head scream, are we having fun yet? Yeah, 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 no, no, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I can see you guys a little bit. Well, other way around. You can see me a little bit better this way. Especially since I am not playing Bloodborne. I actually forgot. I gotta remember to if I edit one page to edit the other pages too, so I don't just have random shit on here. I had to take the music video part of the media request off because they were flagging my shit for copyright for just having that little image of the video there. People are no fun, man. Let me listen to music on my streams. It ain't hurting nobody. This is how you remind me. We did grow up in a cool era. You know, I think the 80s was probably really cool too. But, since I didn't live in the 80s, I will say that the 90s was the best. But anytime I watch like a 80s themed TV show or like I see like a documentary from the 80s, I'm like, damn, the 80s look like it slapped. That hair, man. My mom had the big hair back in the 80s. The 80s seemed like a party. But what about the 60s? I want to go back to the 60s and be a full-blown hippie. Full-blown Woodstock weed-smoking hippie. Speaking of 80s. This is a goddamn remix? What the fuck? Oh, I know. I just played the wrong song. This is a good one, though. Like, I wanna go back into the 80s and just live one day in Billy Idol's shoes. Like, Billy Idol, like, was and still is the shit. I mean, that guy was like a sex symbol too, you know what I mean? Everybody loves Billy. I played with Billy Idol once, and I didn't even get to watch him. I was so bummed. But at least I could say I played with Billy Idol. I keep thinking that while I was taking a pee, I'm like, man, like the streams are fun when like you're actually live, but if you watch like my VOD, you're probably like, what the fuck is going on? Like there's so many like headbanging breaks to like the music. And if you're watching the VOD, you got nothing. Oh, American Pie. That's a deep cut. You can't even make movies like American Pie anymore. That's what's kind of sad. Because that someone would be way too offended or like imagine what's the movie? Fudge. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Shit. Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder. You can't even think about making a Tropic Thunder these days. In fact, like Fudge, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. played a black guy in the movie. The studio would be set on fire. But I feel like people used to lighten up a little bit easier, you know what I mean? And I feel like we're still capable of lightening up, but we get too much of a serotonin hit from being outraged at shit, you know what I mean? It's like some of the things that like people are offended of, I bet if they like really looked at it and they had a conversation with themselves and be like, am I really offended by this? And the answer would be no. But there's too much serotonin from getting on the internet and yelling and hollering and pay attention to me and shit, you know? Again, Alex Koehler for president. Y'all want change? I am change. Awake a change. Y'all are used to having a butthole and a vagina and a penis, but I'm here to bring it all together into the cloaca. So, vote Alex Koehler for president. I think that's a winning slogan. Like, guys, we're focused way too hard on either being a butthole or a vagina, but really we should just be a cloaca. We should come together. We could do it all. Not Another Teen Movie. Yeah, that was hilarious. I loved that movie when I was younger. It was so silly too, though. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, it was just like silly. It was like something you watch when you're just like being silly. You know what I mean? It wasn't like they like went out of their way to like piss people off. It's like, it's just silly. It's comedy. You have a good laugh. I mean, sometimes comedy is having a laugh at someone else's expense. And, you know, just turn it back and have a laugh at my expense. You know? Let's all laugh at each other. Let's all make fun of each other. And then we could hug and laugh and everything will be hunky-dory. I promise. Yo, super bad. So, I told you guys this before, but I got kicked out of my high school and had to go to an alternative high school. But I didn't have a car, and so I had to take public transportation to the alternative high school. The problem was I had to take 2 different buses and tracks, so it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to school every day, which was pretty brutal. But I had one of those iPods. It was like the iPod Mini, but it was one of the iPod Minis that could also play movies. And I had Superbad and Anchorman on it, and that was it. And I watched Superbad so many goddamn times. So much to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore. But like Superbad was on like the other day, and I put it back on. I'm like, yeah, this still slaps. And you can't make Superbad either. That wouldn't be cool. I feel like comedy in general, like that's why like comedies like never come out, because you can't be funny without offending someone, you know? I also, I got Half Baked on DVD for like Christmas or my birthday one year or something. And that movie lived in my DVD player for like a year and a half. And I used to fall asleep to it every night. Like I could quote Half Baked front to back. Oh, Euro Trip. Good deep cuts here. Actually, I never saw Hot Tub Time Machine. I miss we're not taking ourselves seriously. Everything is funny and stupid. Yeah, I mean, it kind of went backwards, right? It is kind of ironic because like now there's like a big focus on like this and that, so much that you have to focus on it and focus on it and focus on it. Whereas back then it was more about not seeing that stuff and just being people, you know what I mean? But these days it's all about like bringing more awareness, you know, but actually it seems like it just makes it worse, you know, like we like, instead of like, it's like back in the day, like this is just an example, but it's like, you don't see color, like people are just people, like people, it doesn't matter, we're all just people, right? But now like with that kind of thing, it's like, it puts it like so on focus, you know, it I don't know, it kind of defeats, I don't know, it's weird to explain, but like I feel like we need to focus more on like, we're just people, we're just weird fucking creatures that sprouted out of the ground, weird ass species. And it's like, yeah, like some of us look different, but we're just dudes. We're just dudes and chicks, man. Can't we just be dudes and chicks? Anis Mendy, what's up, first timer? What are we talking about? Since you're a first timer, I'll just let you know that it just goes. The subjects change pretty rapidly, and I just blabber. So, I mean, right now we're talking about old school comedy movies, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. We get a little loose here on the stream with your pal Al. We go down some rabbit holes. Is this just replaying all the time? I'll put the music request back on if you guys want to light some shit up. There we go. Anis Mendy, if you want to request a song, all you got to do is type ! song request and then put the YouTube link in there, and then it goes to my feed, and then you get to pick what kind of music we listen to, if you would like. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. We're all just dudes. We're boy dudes and girl dudes, but we're all just dudes at the end of the day. We're just duding it up in this crazy world, you know? I just think it's the internet, man. Like, the internet is like great in so many aspects, and like social media is great in so many aspects, but it just highlights so much of the dumb shit. Like some of these people that like get a ton of attentions and like reposts for saying something completely stupid, Like if it weren't for social media, like that person would be heard by like one person, and that other person would probably tell them to like fuck off and shut up. You know what I mean? But now just like everything's highlighted, everything's in your face, and it's just like bam, bam, bam. But hey, I mean, there's a lot of good about social media too. Social media has been great for like bands. Like, cause I mean, like this is how long I've been doing music. When I first started Chelsea Grin, so like 15, 16 years old, we would still hand out flyers. Like we would go to like the outdoor mall and have our black and gray flyer because we were kids and couldn't afford the color print, you know what I'm saying? And we'd hand out flyers. We had burned CDs with like 3 of our self-recorded tracks on it from when we called ourselves Ahazia. And we just go and hand that shit out, post it everywhere. Now you just click and get way more views than like walking around for hours passing out like shitty show flyers. And it's like, hey, come check us out in this backyard. Yeah, it's just a backyard. It's not a venue. My dad's out of town, so the cops will probably get called. It'll probably get shut down, but fucking rock and roll, you know what I'm saying? Recreate. That's kind of crazy though, like how fast like the internet has evolved. Like, so when I was like 15, I was passing out flyers, and now I'm about to be 34 and I could just like talk to you guys directly through a computer screen. Like technically I don't even have to get off my ass, and I could tell you about some stuff. I could tell you some of those jam slappers I'm putting out, you know? Evman McChicken, you're adding some flavor. I like it. We got all sorts of moods in this stream tonight. We got dirty new metal. We got a little bit of old timey country. Of course, Nickelback. We got someone's gonna heavy it up right now. 1056. 1056 is dope. I love Aaron. I toured with him when he was still in Betraying the Martyrs quite a few times. He's one of my dudes. We're dudes together, duding it up. That's someone you should get on your podcast, Yan. Aaron's got a big old personality. And he's British too, so people like to listen to him talk. I don't know, because I guess Betraying the Martyrs wouldn't fall into like the MySpace era deathcore, huh? It'd still be a cool guess though. I love the like squeaks and the shrills. I love that kind of shit. It's just so hectic sounding, you know what I mean? It's like, Sworn In used to do that shit really good. Like the first couple of Sworn In records, they were so goddamn heavy, man. Aaron's a really dope vocalist too. I like his style. Hey, Yan, Aaron used to be part of the Inhale crew. Those Betraying the Martyrs songs, his like lolos were Inhales. He's one of us. Changed up his vocals because we all got shut out. Yeah, and you're the only one holding it down, dude. Yeah, I mean, if you want, I could shoot him a message and see if he's interested for you. I could be your plug. I've got a lot of dudes. I've got a lot of dudes that I'm dudes with, you know? This is like a go outside and punch the elderly type breakdown. Like go outside and kick a baby. Goal! Don't forget Don Campman. Who's Don Campman? Papa Al's gonna plug it up. Yo, I'm the plug, man. I plug it up like cloaca. I need to stop hunching, for God's sakes. No wonder my shoulders hurt. I'm like this all stream when I'm perfectly capable of sitting straight up. I need a new mic stand though, because like the way my desk is set up, I need like one of those ones that like swing around. This is as far as it goes, so I kind of have to posture. Like I can't lean back and like be up in it, you know? But hey, who wants to listen to me complain? Hey, shut up. Oh, you know him? Cool. Oh, Don Campman is Waking the Cadaver. Cool. Have you ever had Dom Campman on the show, Yan? I'm fairly confident that Waking the Cadaver was like the first to do that. Like Job for a Cowboy made the pig squeal big, but I'm pretty sure Waking the Cadaver was doing it first. And then it just became cool to hate it. Oh yeah, that's lame, dude. 5 years ago, I thought it was sick and it was like my most played song on my fucking iPod, but that stuff's lame, dude. It takes no talent. Oh, we got some YouTubers back. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I thought I lost the YouTubers. We got Sergio from Sao Paulo. Hell yeah, South America still representing hard. Sergio, that tour was so sick. Joseph Wasserman. Can I challenge you for a vocal feat? Is challenge the right word? I'm confused. But don't tempt me with a good time. Range is the talk to have. Sorry, I fell behind hardcore over here. Yeah, Chester Bennington is one of my favorite of all time. All-time favorite. I think it's cool that you're doing it though. And I feel like the younger crowd that's like helping revitalize deathcore, I feel like they love that shit just like people used to love it back in the day. So bring it back, man. Don't listen to the haters. If it sounds good, then fucking do it, man. Goddamn. That's all that should matter. Like Brooke Doom was another one of the Inhale crew. His inhales were disgusting. Nailed Dead Risen. That's a classic MySpace era deathcore record. Who else are some classic Inhale bands? I know we talked about Oceano before. I don't think very many people know that Aaron used to do it because he used to say that he didn't do it because he didn't want to like get shit on. So funny that you get shit on for that. It's just like a style of vocals, man. And it's not easy. Like I haven't done it for so long that I can't do it anymore. I tried just for funsies and I can't even do it. And I used to be really goddamn good at that. I could do that shit loud too back in the day. Raging Raccoon, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a fat minute. What you up to, dog? Where you been? No, the Despised Icon dude always did exhales. He was always really good at those dirty false chords. Oh yeah, Johnny from he's one of those dudes that never stopped too. Like he held it down. So many of us were shamed into doing a different vocal style and we fell for it. In my defense, I was still a teenager and it didn't feel good to be shit on. You know, my feelings were a lot more feelier back then. Thanks for the follow, Anis Mendy. Appreciate you, dog. Been a bit AFK. Hey man, real life is there whether you want it to or not. So sometimes you gotta focus on real life, man. There's nothing wrong with focusing on what's in front of you. Good for you. Chaotic Badger, yeah, I love Melissa Cross. I did her warm-ups forever. I kind of do like my own thing these days just because I've been doing it for so long. I know exactly like what helps me the most. I used to do her warm-up piano scales, her Miki Monkeys and Me-hee-hees before every show for like years. In fact, Jamie Hanks is the one who showed me that shit. He's the one who got me on to Melissa Cross. Shout out Jamie Hanks, one of the more underrated deathcore vocalists, but definitely one of the best. I don't care what anyone says. And if you don't think so, go see that guy live because you will be blown away. The original guy from I Declare War. I remember we played a show with I Declare War. They were on tour and they came through Utah and we just jumped on the show. We were still pretty small then, like we were starting to get a little bit of recognition. But I remember when they went on, dude, Jonathan, his name's John, right? Jonathan. I heard his vocals for the first time live and I was like, oh my God, dude. Like this guy is not even human, man. Like this is the most disgusting, and it was like thick, it was loud, like it honestly like kind of overpowered the music at times, but as a vocalist I was like, fuck yeah, crank that volume up. But dude, it was just like blasted you. Jonathan Uberman. I'm not sure if he's in a new band. Is he? Is his name John? Am I tripping? I used to like know the guy. Like we weren't like close by any means, but we were like cool enough to say what up in passing and hang out. Let me see. I'm gonna give this a goog. Pathology lineup. It says some guy named Obi Flett is on vocals. So I guess it's not him. Unless there's several different pathologies. Or unless he just barely joined. Damn, I was stoked. I haven't heard his voice on like anything new in so long. I wanted to hear it. Like all the old I Declare War, like it was recorded forever ago, so the quality isn't that great. You know, times have changed. I want to hear his disgusting voice on like something new. So I feel like the recordings never, like he sounded amazing on recordings, but I feel like he was better than the recording at the time. But it didn't do him justice. Pone noobs. See, if I covered Limp Bizkit, I'd want to do it like originally. I wouldn't want to make it like a deathcore screamy song. I would want to do it like OG. This is sick though. 6-gallon gasoline stomach was an everyday jam for me. Who was that? That was more Awaken the Cadaver? Oh, King Conquer. That dude slaps too. Was his name actually Storm? That's a sick ass name. I told you I would do a straight up Limp Bizkit tribute band if I could get some people to do it with me. I can't play the old git fiddle, so I need someone to git fiddle it up, and I need someone to do the old boomstick, the drums for me. And I'll take care of the vocals. Right now I'm dangerous. We all felt like shit. What's up, Beacho pal? Thanks for coming back. What time is it in your neck of the woods? Alexi, I'm grateful. Phone calls are not the best, man. Shoot me a text all day. If you call me, chances are I'm going to pretend like I was too busy to realize you call, and then I'll get back to you like 3 hours later and be like, oh, sorry, I missed your call. I was doing stuff and definitely didn't notice my phone going off. Amir kind of is the Limp Bizkit of deathcore. But that's like by design. Like Frankie is heavily inspired by Fred Durst. He loves Fred Durst. And I think that's cool. I think that vibe to have the kind of Limp Bizkit inspirations and what they do is so good. You got to pay homage to the ones that came before, you know? Is it homage or homage? You got to pay homage. Homage? Is the H silent? Anywho. Homage. Homage. All about the he said, she said bullshit. Sorry, this video. So it says this video is age restricted. So it's only available on actual YouTube. So I'm sorry, Metalhead for Life. They wouldn't let me play Sli-Fi McCartney for whatever goddamn reason. Ooh, Mudvayne. Good call, Gabe. Who is one of your idols, Raging Raccoon? Who'd you see? Tell me about it. Talk to me. You know what song is still heavy to this day? Dig by Mudvayne. That intro is so heavy. Ooh, Mudvayne and Rob Zombie. I bet that was gnarly. Speaking of like 90s saying, that was gnarly. But that show was hella gnarly, dude. I got off my ATV, slammed a beer, and watched goddamn Mudvayne and Rob Zombie. They shred the nar. David Draymond. That sounds very... Oh, Disturbed. Okay, I was going to say, I know who that is. Disturbed fucks. I feel like Disturbed is one of those bands that got like the Nickelback treatment, but not as hard. Where it was like cool to dislike Disturbed because they were so successful and always on the radio. But Disturbed fucks. Did they sound good, or did they sound like a bunch of old dudes that took 14 years off and then got back on stage? That's what I heard. I mean, this is just what I heard. That like what Marilyn Manson is kind of like live now. He kind of seems like a dude who's been on and off drugs and getting older. That's just what I heard. It's not what I think. I love Marilyn Manson, so don't at me. Sometimes age happens, man. Father Time is undefeated. I also feel too like once you've been doing it for so long, you kind of like lose interest in like practicing. You know what I mean? And so you just go out and do that. But I mean, like with vocals especially, like consistent practice is so important, man. If I don't do vocals for a month, I like suck. You know what I mean? It takes me like a little while to get it back. It's like a muscle, man. If you're not constantly training it, it goes away. It'll come back for sure. But you gotta say, like the most important thing when it comes to vocals, especially, I mean, all vocals really, singing, metal vocals, like consistency is key. And even if like you think you suck now, if you stay consistent for like a year, you'll be like 4 times the vocalist you were when you started. You just gotta put in that time, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get in your car and drive to an empty church parking lot and scream inside your car where no one could hear you. That's what I used to do. Manson sound fantastic. Yeah, I'm sure people are really harsh on live music because like nobody bats 1,000, man. Everyone has a bad day. Like even in, like you go to work, sometimes you just have a bad day. You're off. That happens with musicians too, man. Sometimes they're just off. Nobody's perfect. It sucks though because like when a band has an off show, of course that is the one that gets put on YouTube and gets like the most hits, you know what I mean? And the comments are just riddled with, God, these guys suck. The thing I hate the most is like shitty iPhone quality recordings of a live show or like Snapchat quality, where it's just like, it's like, man, these guys suck live. It's like, no, Snapchat sucks, man. Come on. Snapchat is not capable of picking up all the same noise all these really expensive mics are picking up. It Has to Be is now following. Thanks, dog. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. Thanks for hanging out. What you up to tonight? How you spending your Wednesday? Yeah, I definitely had some YouTube videos that were really bad. I had some really good ones too, but they never made it to the viral level. That's another reason I want to tour, like now that I'm like sober and healthy. Cause like every tour, I would always start out pretty strong and start out really good. But then after a couple weeks of like constant drinking and being on the road and slogging, like there was an obvious decline, you know what I mean? I would love to do a full tour where I'm like sober and healthy and not young and dumb and actually take my job seriously, you know? One day we'll get Amione on the road. I love Confession though. That's a pretty deep cut. I forgot about Confession. I loved that song and I love playing it live because of that like final scream. I was like really agonizing and it's like builds up and then just that shit got me hyped. I remember we played that song in Europe one time and I think it was the first tour that we ever played it. And I had been wanting to play it because it was one of my favorite songs off the record. And that last part came where it was like the build up to the big scream. And I remember being so jacked that I like sat and like punched the fucking stage during the breakdown, like as hard as I could. I was like, yeah, sick. My hand was fucked up for like the rest of the tour after that, but I was into it. It was heavy. Sometimes you just got to punch shit when it's too heavy, you know? Inanimate objects, at least, you know, you shouldn't like punch people, but you know what I mean. Shout out Mac Miller. You know what I used to get like all the time to the point where it like actually pissed me off? Like, so someone would come up to me and be like, hey, do you know you look like Mac Miller? And I would get that like 30 times a day. Like, I'm not even joking. And it got to the point where it like legitimately pissed me off. I haven't got that in like forever. And then after he tragically passed away, like I stopped being like pissed off about it. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Mac Miller fucks. Rest in peace. But I think it's just because like we both have like reddish, auburnish beards and tattoos. And then I guess we dress sort of similar. But like the thing that like annoyed me like wasn't even necessarily the fact that someone said it, is that the person saying it thought they were the first person to ever say it. And I'm like, yeah, dude, never heard that one before. You're a fucking genius. No, I love Mac. I really do. It's kind of funny because I don't know why it pissed me off so much. I think that aspect pissed me off because like people would say it like they were the first person to come up with it. But I like Mac Miller. It's like on Game of Thrones where Tyrion is like talking shit. He's like, you know, the thing about people who make dwarf jokes is they always act like they're the first person to ever say it. And they think they're just the smartest shit in the world. Game of Thrones slaps. I've seen that series all the way through like at least 9 times, and now I kind of want to do another read-through. Stupid question. Do you think you could pull off My Dem in? I think Jesus Christ. I think if I worked at it, I could. But the My Damnation era vocals, there's a lot of factors that played into me sounding like that. Like, I just had facial reconstruction surgery. I had my face wired shut for a month and I had the hardware on for another month. So I kind of had to like relearn. And we went like into the studio pretty much immediately. And I even had to miss a tour. Like Adam from Oceano filled in for me for a Canadian tour that CG did while I was at home with a broken face. So not only that, but the guy we were recording with, Zeus, he loved that tone. So he was like encouraging me to do it more. So I was, I did it a lot. But I don't know if, I'm sure I could probably recreate it. But a lot of the reason why it sounded that way is because it wasn't correct, really. I was kind of just like screaming like as loud as I could, and that's not really good for you. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's funny because that record is either loved or hated. Like people either love it or they absolutely hate it. There's no in between. Like people either can't fucking stand the vocals or they're like a huge fan of it. Which is like cool in that aspect that they were like really unique. But like even I'm on the side that hates it. But it was cool. It certainly was raw, man. I was just screaming. I was literally just fucking belting the shit. But I was like trying to relearn how to use my face. I'm glad someone requested this because after we talked about this band, I really wanted to hear it. Shout out, Gabe. Yeah, it kind of sounds like his pig squeals are inhaled because he does them so perfectly, but he's always done them exhale. Both him and Alex are really good live too. They sound identical to the record. They're a fun group to tour with because the reason they don't tour anymore is because they're all like older, they have kids, they have jobs, so they don't really have the opportunity. So when they go on tour, they treat it like a vacation. They treat it as like a dad vacation. So like we toured with them in Europe and we shared a bus with them. And the buses that you have in Europe are double deckers. So the upstairs is like the sleeping area and the downstairs is like the lounge hangout area. And they were down there every night. They were the last ones to leave every night because they were just like on vacation, you know what I mean? I was usually like, because the downstairs bus to the lounge, like after the show was over, like that was always the drinking den. So I was always like one of the last ones to leave too, but every single member of Despised Icon was all down there still going at it after I tapped out. Ugh. Disgusting. I feel like anytime that breakdown comes on, you have to pause everything you're doing and just like, appreciate it. That breakdown is sick. And then we just go straight doom. MySpace era as fuck. Alex is the goddamn man too. I've always respected Alex so much. He's one of those dudes that like a lot of times like people in bands can develop an ego, just because it's just kind of like part of the territory, like a lot of people will develop an ego. But Alex never had an ego. Like when I first met Alex, like, Chelsea Grin was like still like a bottom tier band. And I see this dude who like, I know who he is. I've seen him on MySpace. Like I know who this guy is. And I know like I've looked up to him, and he just came straight up. He's like, "Hey, I'm Alex." Like he introduced himself. Like I didn't already know who he was because I definitely did. But he's always been that dude. He's always been like such a real ass dude. You know what I mean? Just like a nice guy. We're not doing this twice though, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah, so shout out Alex, one of the OGs of the game, and a stand-up dude. That was like one thing, like looking back, like when we first started to actually get recognition and tour, I remember like some of the first times I would meet some of these guys, like so crazy, man, because it's like I was such a super fan when I was a teenager. Like I was always on MySpace. I was always going to a band that I liked, and then I'd go to their top 8, and I'd go to every single one of those bands, and I'd go to every single one of bands in their top 8s. And it was like a constant like rabbit hole of new music. And dude, like I knew every band, I knew every band member, and like it was so surreal to like actually meet them like on a face-to-face level. that's something that I never really grew out of either. Cause like I remember, like when I talked to Mitch for the first time as actual like human to human, like I was in my mid 20s by then, but still I fangirled so hard, man. I was like, dude, Mitch Lucker is messaging me. You guy's my fucking hero. But then there's always the other side of it where like you looked up to someone for so long and then they're a complete and total dick to you and you're like, oh, cool. Thanks, man. Like I remember I was so heartbroken one time because I grew up loving Remembering Never. And back when like Lamb Goat was really big, like people would just go to Lamb Goat to just talk shit. Like they just go there to be shitty. And I remember seeing that the singer of Remembering Never was like shitting on us so hard, and I was so bummed because I was like, bro, like I love your band, man. Like why? But no disrespect. He has unfortunately passed away since too, so really sad. That dude's a legend of the game too. The entire deathcore genre would fangirl. Oh yeah, Alex Terrible is like one of the newer faces of the industry, huh? Like Alex Terrible is today like kind of like what Phil was back in the day, but now deathcore is just bigger. So like he's bigger, but like the way people like look at Alex is like the same way they would like look at Phil from back in the day. It's like Phil has always been so good, man, and like he was like one of the first to do those really deep vocals like really well. Like there were other bands that were doing it, but he was the one that kind of put that shit on the map, really. You know what I mean? He's what, like I firmly believe Phil Bozeman is like what popularized like the guttural style of vocals. It was Phil and Mitch. Like Phil had the lock on the low screams and Mitch had the lock on the high screams. Those two were like the gods. It's a shame they never did like a track together. Could you imagine like Phil and Mitch on like a Whitechapel song? That would be stupid, dude. It's a shame we never got that, man. That song would still be on like regular play right now if they ever did. I'm pretty sure back then they had like they didn't like each other, not for like any reason other than like a competitive rivalry. Because like back then, like there was only so much room at the dinner table, you know, like only so many bands could eat, and it created like kind of like an animosity towards each other, even though there was like no real reason to dislike them. But it's like it kind of just came along with the territory because it's like, you know, these guys are where we need to be, and we're eating Taco Bell every night, and you know we need to be here. You know, it's just way more. Like nowadays, there's just so many more avenues for like bands to have success, like with the internet and like YouTube and like all this shit. Back in the day, it was a little bit more feisty. That's one thing I do really appreciate about like today's like deathcore scene is like everyone's like really cool and like supportive of each other. Yeah, that was cool to get Phil on My Damnation. I would love to get Phil on like Amiona. I would love to do like vocals with him like as the vocalist I am now. I think that'd be sick, man. What's up? I'm gonna call you Yuri, is that cool? I can't read your name. But what's up, dude? How's your night going? What you up to? We're reminiscing about deathcore. Yeah. I need to listen to the Garza podcast more. Like, I know he does it. I haven't really, like, listened to it that much, though. But Garza rules, man. Garza's a good dude. I need to hit him up and be like, yo, have me on. Seem very chill with guest spots, so it should be all about just asking. I would consider your highs more intense. Oh, thanks, dude. Honestly, hearing that, like, that still makes me fanboy. Like, cause I hold Mitch in like the highest regard. Like, I still think he's like one of the kings. You know what I mean? I still, like, to me, Phil and Mitch are still the top of the game. You know what I mean? So it's cool to hear that, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. He influenced the fuck out of me, man. Like, I wouldn't be the vocalist I am today if Mitch Lecker didn't come before, you know what I mean? One more victim. Let's give it a play, see. Sorry, man, I don't mean to rain on your parade. God damn, I hate that my chat disappears as soon as I take the cursor off this screen. I already forgot the band name, dude. Oh yeah, One More Victim. One More Cloaca. Give this a let's listen to their number one song, huh? Number one for a reason, right? This guy does false chord high screams. I'm a firm believer of the false chord high screams. That's what I do. It's like a default thing to like think that you have to do high screams through the fry chord. But I think the false chord gives it more grit, you know what I mean? It's just harder to get that kind of tone higher. So not a lot of people do it. But the people that do it, I rather enjoy. It's just big nasty, you know. Frankie Palmieri does it. There was a Brendan Van Ring, but he disappeared as fast as he became known. What band was he in, Shodos? Who does the Without a Face podcast? Yeah, and that's true. He was an icon, man. He really was. Like there are singers that are remembered, but like very few are as iconic as Mitch Lucker. Like you can't say deathcore without Mitch Lucker. You know what I mean? Like now it's like a lot of time has passed since he passed. I imagine there are like some younger fans that don't really know who Mitch Lucker is, which is crazy to me because like, man. We lost him too early, man. I remember getting the news that Mitch Lucker had passed away. And like we weren't even really friends. Like we had spoken and he like told me, he's like, dude, you guys should come on tour with us. And that was like my big fangirl moment, you know? So like we had chatted, but I never got a chance to tour with him. And that's something I always wanted. I wanted to so bad, you know what I mean? And I remember we weren't even on tour. I was just laying in bed. I think I was asleep. And I woke up to a text from Jake and he's like, did you hear the news? And I was like, what news? And he sent me like a Lamb Goat link or something and I read it and I couldn't even process it. Like I saw that he passed away and my head was trying to like make up all these reasons to like how it can't be real. Like I couldn't even accept it at first. I was like, this can't fucking be real. This is no way that like icons can't die, you know? And like I legitimately like cried. Like I got choked up over it. It hit me in the feels hard. What's up, Kuza? Yeah, Shodos, I think CJ is like one of the top vocalists too. It's a shame like what happened to him. Like I think Thy Art Is Murder was peak with CJ. No disrespect to their current vocalist, because I mean every vocalist that's been in Thy Art Is Murder is ridiculous. I think CJ had something special, you know. He was really good live too. Really good. I remember the first time we were on an Australian tour, and we weren't on tour with Thy Art Is Murder, but we did some like side gigs with them, and that's when I first like met those guys. And I remember like I knew who they were. I hadn't really listened to that newer record yet, and then like as soon as CJ got on stage, I was like, holy shit. Had a big old vocal boner. You know who's really good too that doesn't get as much recognition anymore because they stopped being a band for the longest time, but Nick Arthur from Molotov Solution. That dude rips. In fact, let's get some of that. Since we're all being so reminiscent about like early deathcore, we gotta throw some Nick Arthur in here. I almost typed Molotov Cocktail because I've been playing Bloodborne. I can't remember the names of all like my favorite songs though. Like I remember the record. I can't remember the one like the songs that I had on repeat back in the day. They got back together though. Like they put out a new record recently. And I don't know if you guys remember, but Nick Arthur filled in for Thy Art Is Murder for like a tour. That was a sick filler. But The Harbinger, man, The Harbinger by Molotov Solution. It came out in 2009, so peak era, MySpace era deathcore. This is one of the best records that came out in that era, I think. Oh fuck, we gotta get some volume. Sorry guys. Sorry, not sorry. He does false chord highs too. Yeah, him and CJ do have like a similar style for sure. It's like not like as guttural as like a lot of the like typical like deathcore vocalists, but it's like beefy, you know what I mean? I like it, it's pissed. Oh dude, it's so angry, man. I think Pablo sounds a lot like this guy. I love Pablo's vocals. I love having like Pablo's ranges with mine because we have such completely different vocal styles, but they mesh together so well. It just adds so much like depth. Shout out Pablo. Antagony? I've heard of Antagony for sure. I couldn't tell you a song, but yeah, that's all right, Vero. You hung in there. It's almost 10. I've been going hard these last couple nights. I got to show you one more band. I think Jan will probably know, or Yan, sorry. I always call you Jan. I think Yan will know who these guys are, but I don't think if anyone else knows, this is a deep cut because they never got very big. They deserved to be big, but they kind of got stuck in that like middle tier, and then they broke up after they put out like a fucking banger record. But if any of you guys know this, but now I'm just gonna have to remember the goddamn. Here, I'm gonna be. All right, I'm gonna mute this because I want to find the song that I like, and I don't want to ruin the surprise. Can you guys hear this? Is the Spotify still coming through, or did I do that correctly? I think I did it correctly. In fact, I'll even like turn it all the way down on here so you guys can't hear it. And if you guys still can't hear it, then I'm a wiener. I have wiener for brains. Let's see. These guys were sick though, and their vocalist had like a really like unique. His vocals sounded like more along the lines of the Black Dahlia Murder, but it was cool. It was like a nice like different, you know, still super heavy, but like it added a little bit more uniqueness. I think it's this song. Sorry, guys. I know I'm killing the party boner right now, but I want to find the goddamn song that I'm thinking of. Oh, okay. I found it. I found it. I did it. I did a thing. All right. So, Yan, if you know this, say it right away. And if Yan doesn't know it, I wanna see if anyone else can call it. Cloaca brains. I do have cloaca for brains. It's a vagina butt inside my head. Sorry, YouTube. I'm going to get banned from YouTube. My YouTube career is going to be very short. OG Beef. Hell yeah, Cedro and Yogs. I love the back and forth with you and Pablo. Thanks, dude. I think it's like Pablo's such a dope vocalist and he's got such a unique sound. And it's kind of crazy because like if you heard our vocals separately, like you probably wouldn't think it would sound good together just because it's like so different. It's still heavy, but it's so different. But like when we like layer like our voices together, it is the most disgusting goddamn thing, man. I love working with Pablo. I love writing for two vocalists. Like I feel like I could do anything. Like every time I write, I get like all giddy because I'm like, oh, we could do so much shit that we couldn't pull off as one vocalist. All right, guys. Whoever calls it first gets a big fat licorice kiss from yours truly. Thank you, Shodos. I knew Yan knew it. Yan is all about this era. These guys never got the recognition they deserved. I love his high screams. They're like so unique. Ugh. This shit is straight up stank face throughout the whole song. Just stank. This. Oh, dear God. That's ugh, dude. That shit gives me goosebumps. That's so good. Yeah, Chaotic Banger. I've got mad respect for Lil Ramos. I don't know him personally, but got mad respect. Yeah, and it's definitely up there, especially for the era. Definitely top 5. It holds up too. It tracks. I was bummed when these guys broke up because we were on Static Factory with these guys. Like we came up with these guys. They were from the Detroit. Yuri, I'm actually disgusting and I have 2 different flavors. I have strawberry Bebop and orange slush. Oh, these high screams are so good, man. Kyle was a really good guitar player too. His highs are so high, but they don't lose beef, you know? Like a lot of times when you get that high, you kind of start losing the beef, but it's still thick. Still thick nasty. Bouncy metal breakdown. The kick drum. Ugh. Disgusting. Ooh, you guys. I'm gonna get off here pretty soon because it's already 10 and I'm getting tired. But I'm gonna hit you guys with another deep cut. Again, I guarantee Jan knows who this is. Yan, sorry, dude. I always call you Jan. But let's see if anyone else can Let's play Name That Deathcore Band. That's a bird. Okay. I'm gonna cheat again real quick because I don't remember the name. This one should be easier to find because I listened to this record so goddamn much when it came out. Let's see. I hate Spotify is so much easier to operate on phone. I hate the actual window layout. It drives me fucking crazy. I will give you guys a hint. This is another guy that did some Inhale vocals. For the lows at least, but okay. I got it. It is iconic. All right, you guys ready? You guys got your typing fingers ready? Who's gonna be the first? I'm starting over. I could teach Yakuza. Not Animosity. Not 3 Inches of Blood. Those highs are so good. It's a deep cut, I'm telling you. No one's got it? Oh, I pulled a fast one on you guys, huh?
Rise up! The betrayer is angry! Rise up!
No one?
The betrayer
Rah, it's actually past my bedtime, but we're rocking. Not the Crimson Armada, before the Crimson Armada. Not even Yan? I'm gonna say it and some of you guys are gonna know it, but alright, ready? It is With Blood Comes Cleansing. This record came out in 2008 and it's called Horror. And an even deeper cut, these guys were a Christian band. This was in the era of Christian death metal. Oh, I should have gave Rah a second. Rah came in from left field and nailed it. I feel like everyone will know this, but it's worth the honorable mention because it is one of the most disgusting songs of all time. I can't even type because I'm too busy headbanging. I had you guys remember when foil t-shirts were the shit? I had a with Blood Comes because they had a badass logo. I had a full print. It was just their logo with Blood Comes Cleansing foil. I rocked that shit like twice a week in high school. Sometimes I wouldn't even do laundry and I'd just pull it back out. You know how it goes. You told everyone you did laundry, but you didn't. And you wear the same pair of pants every single day, but you tell them people that, you know, you have at least 2 or 3 pairs. You just really like the pants. So you definitely don't wear the same pair of pants every day. Or was that just me? Hey man, everyone's always got that one pair of pants that fits right, you know, and nothing hits right, you know? And if you were anything like me, you tapered your pants to make them even tighter for whatever goddamn reason. I sure did. Had a bunch of holes in it, of course. You know, it's not punk rock if it doesn't have a bunch of holes. All right, this is gonna be the last one, and we'll call it a day. But this song we're going to 2007 on this one. I guarantee most of you will know this, but it is still one of the goddamn best goddams of all time. God damn it. This is some end of the world ass shit. I had some guy pants that I turned into girl pants, but I definitely had plenty of girl pant pairs too. The move was to get like the skater pants that were really stretchy, and they were already pretty tight, but you would taper those. So you'd have the really tight look, but you'd also get some stretch in there for the boys, you know? If you know me, you know that this is one of my all-time favorite vocalists. That might help give it away. Nobody? Oh my God, guys. Where's Rah Rah at? You got With Blood Comes Cleansing. You have to get this. I love how they go back into it. It's a chorus that doesn't need vocals to be memorable. That's like one of the coolest fucking riffs ever spawned. There we go, Shodos. You got it. Nate fucking Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best to ever do it. Nate motherfucking Johnson. As Blood Runs Black was good too, though. That was a good cut for that era. We toured with these guys too, like in the early days of CG. Oh my God. I was such a fanboy. I think Impending Doom was the headliner, and then Through the Eyes of the Dead. I'm trying to think who else was on that tour. Ready? Nate Johnson said it best. Say goodnight. Say goodbye. You can't top it. You just can't. You can't come up after Nate Johnson, man. You just can't. Doesn't work. You could try. Doesn't work. You guys are welcome though for the deep cuts. Be rocking that shit. Bring it back. Yeah, their drummer was fire too. Their drummer was so fun to watch live. He was one of those like back in the day, so many back in the day stories, but like when deathcore first started to like get big, there was always like a few drummers that were like the like really known ones, and they were always the ones that could like go like really fast. And he was always like one of those guys like you wanted to see, because like when you're a kid, you're like, can they really do the double bass like that live? And you go and watch, and you're like, oh fuck, oh good. Beneath the Massacre, that's a crazy one. I forgot about Beneath the Massacre. That's a Canadian Beneath the Massacre, correct? There was so many good bands in that era. Like holy fuck, we were like almost like spoiled. We were spoiled with so many good bands to the point where like some of the bands that deserved to get big didn't get big just because there was so much competition. You know what I mean? Like, and hell followed with. There's so, dude, I can't believe that like ever since MySpace, like Facebook or like Twitter, like no one has done like the music page as good as they did. And they have the formula. They have the formula right there. Like I can't believe no one even, like at this point, MySpace has been dead for so long that you could straight up rip off that formula. That dude, that was so good for music, man. You were never at a lack for new tunes because you just go to a band you like, you go to their top 8, go to all those bands, go to all their top 8. You're walking away with like 4 new bands that you never heard before, and then they're on repeat for the next month. And then once you get sick of that, you just repeat, rinse and repeat. Anyway, guys, we did it big, 10-13. Any final thoughts or burning desires? Thank you guys for staying up late with me. I love that the crew that stayed up late with me are all the people that would nerd out on like old school deathcore with me. We got the crew tonight to do this kind of shit. I feel like if we nerded out about old school deathcore in the beginning of the stream, we'd probably lose a few viewers. But this is the crew right here to nerd out about old school deathcore. Yo, rah, props, though. You came in and you nailed that shit. Oh. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Kuza. I was serious, though. If you want tips for your high screams, you could just message me. I could just message you the tips. Pretty easy stuff. You just got to incorporate it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you're my boy, Kuza. How long have I known your ass? When did we first meet? Motionless in White. Back in the day when Chelsea Grin and Motionless in White were always opening the tours. Crazy to think about, huh? Especially with how big Motionless in White is today. Damn, I'm tired though. All this heavy stuff, like it hit the spot, but now I'm like, I'm good to go to bed, you know? It like hit the spot, it got me nice and riled up, and now I could like go to bed pretty peacefully, you know? Alrighty, guys. Cloaca's an old school deathcore. Goddamn, does it get any better than this, ladies and gentlemen? Well, I think we only have gentlemen left. Oh no, we got Hillary Adams over here on YouTube. We still got some ladies in the house. Somebody's getting choked. Yeah, we toured with Motionless in White quite a few times, and like a good grip of those tours were us opening. And then Motionless in White left us in the dust. We were like neck and neck with them for the longest time, and then they're just like, me. I could probably give you some advice, Yan, if you want. Because you shouldn't be hurting yourself, but dude, the thing about vocals is like, especially with like metal vocals, especially it's not very studied. So like, you know, with singing, you could go on YouTube and be like, how do I do this? And then someone just has to say something. They don't have to show it. They just say something and it just clicks in your head. I feel like that's how metal vocals are. Like I could just like literally say something to you without showing you and you'd be like, oh fuck, how did I not think about it? But it's like so simple. But there's just no other way to find it without like talking to someone else that knows how to do it. Yeah. All right, my dudes. Well, thanks again for partying with me tonight. I will be back tomorrow. Friday is my birthday, so I'm probably going to take the night off, but I'm going to come back and stream on Saturday so we could have a birthday stream. So I could have my birthday party with you guys. But I will be back tomorrow. Thank you to my YouTube crew that came and partied. There was a good YouTube show, or good turnout, and I didn't even announce the YouTube thing. But thank you, everybody. I love you all. Remember to do shit that makes you happy. And, you know, wake up tomorrow with a positive outlook. It feels good. Thanks, Ed, man. Wasn't there one tour, you guys, on New Year's Day? It wasn't a tour, but it was like an off show where New Year's Day jumped on a couple of shows. This very last breakdown of the song, though. What happened to New Year's Day? Their singer, she was really good, and she was super cool too. Like we only played those couple shows, but like we got along so well. She was one of the dudes, duding it up. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good night.